points for this series.
Yeah, no, 100%. To me, this is strictly an execution-based matchup. These teams have very similar map pools, so you're going to be running into, theoretically, where they're strong, and it's just a matter of, you know, can Trace find some of that extra polish, some of that extra shine to go up against Team Vitality, who has had a resurgence in Stage 2, only losing to Fnatic in EMEA. That is it. That is the only team they lost to. They have been incredible, and on this map, they actually beat Fnatic, so this is a tough map no matter how you square it up for Trace Esports.
Yeah, it really is, and part of that big resurgence, of course, is Safe here on this Jet, moving into that duelist position, and Kai, we've been highlighting him as that kind of golden ticket for the side of Trace, so let's see how they clash. So far, B-side going to be emptied out. No one there to greet them here on the entry, and we see a very big, deep wraparound coming through here from Fang.
Yeah, he is out in Narnia waiting for a push in through tiles, but looks like Vitality is going to stack up 3-2. 2 in the alley. Safe going to try to be the entry man to break through. Paranoia at a cross. Here we go. Retake is on.
Flash out to try and delay. Kai forced back for a brief moment, but there's a headshot found. VinK going to be taken low himself, but Trek's the first to fall as Looking able to find one. Hebe taking down Sender. Recon going out. Kai now striking, swinging around the side, tries to get the readjust, and does. And it is a flawless pistol win going the way of Trace.
Well, the execution so far looking good, and a good read here from Trace Esports. Looking a little bit different than some of their pistol rounds that I saw in their VODs leading up to this. A lot of A pressure, a lot of mid pressure, and that's kind of what Vitality was gambling on. Instead had to go for the full-on retake, and we're just caught up outside of the switch. That smoke looking pretty good there for Loking, and at the door, Kai, very, very strong player individually. Probably my favorite player on this team to watch. Has tremendous mechanics, can swap between the Jet and the Killjoy. Does great in both regards.
Ooh, safe. Pushing out aggressively. He's got Sender there alongside him. They're able to collect the first kill. Loking going to be taken down. No chance for a reply either, so a solid start. Hoping that lone sheriff in the round finds some value.
Well, that one was a bit of a head scratcher there from Loking. The one-way smoke was up, decided to challenge it. Safe made him pay. Kai now just gonna hold the angle with the Marshal, 2 Bulldogs, and a Ghost for Fang. Kai gets the first, on to Sender in Wine.
Pushing forward, has that dash at the ready. Spot onto one, cannot nail that flick. VinK swinging onto the corner, able to find Safe, taking him down. Kicks, having to backpedal, but eventually the pinch comes through. Fang arriving over at Tree, strikes him down. A site now open.
This is one thing you have to be really aware of when you're going up against Trace Esports. Very, like, strategically thoughtful in terms of trying to come from different angles, trying to crunch you. You're already seeing it from Fang in this round and in the previous round. They're always trying to create that extra angle.
Oh, well, Fang able to stabilize there, finds a headshot to take down Trex, granted. Only has that Ghost in hand here, so if he had fallen, it wouldn't have been too costly for him, but just that initial pick found there onto Loking, the only casualty here. Is Trace going to be able to start things off 2-0?
Yeah, solid start. Really a flawless into a decent anti-eco. You're going to carry over a couple of those Bulldogs. Guardian there for Fang. Marshall is going to go over to the IGL. VinK and Kai with a Sheriff, so let's see if they can do some more damage, but the full rifles here for Vitality. Looking to start spreading the map a bit more, going into a pretty aggressive stance here towards A main. Let's see if Trace doesn't really seem to want to challenge this off the rip. In fact, yeah, they're just going to stand back. Safe has a lot of info, has a lot of space. Knife only catches the Omen, so that doesn't give you a ton of info necessarily. However, Loking thinking about re-clearing this space, and Vitality for now just going to back off. I mean, Vitality is a very patient, generally pretty cautious team. Love to cut you off when you're trying to make your executes. Let's see if they can find an opportunity. Alarm bot. Yep, there's Kai.
Quick clear on that. Just the Sheriff here for Kai in the round. See what kind of damage he can deal. Obviously wanting to take a rifle out of the hands of his opponents.
This has gotten
bank up, potentially, you know, attack up into the next round.
Yeah.
Oh.
And He loves to op. Kai is a very good opper.
Right here alongside Safe. Safe, does he read that there's already somebody in this position? And he does not. He gets taken down. That's going to be the weapon scooped up now. A Vandal in hand. A 1-for-1 thus far, but now traded up. His runner is able to find BNK. Taking him down, but it is just runner here alone over at Boats. Players nearby to ready to try to come to reinforce the spray. The full flash connects there on to Kai. He gets taken down, and Trex has the cleanup. 3 piece for the Sova. Vitality not going to allow for the bonus conversion.
Nice attempt there by Kai to try to double up on that off angle, but gets caught out this time by the flash, just seeing if he could catch him a little bit off guard. A little out of step, but that's okay. I mean, some damage done for Trace Esports. Honestly, looking pretty solid here. I mean,
sure.
That's pretty nice. That's a pretty nice find there, Trex. But it do be like that sometimes. Trex having a heck of a round there as the Sova on the defender side, and already a couple away from that Hunter's Fury. So big ult could be coming into Psycho relatively quickly for Vitality. More congestion, but a TP over from Low King. I think it's spotted.
He's been spotted for sure. Safe is able to collect the headshot. Finds that opening kill. Once again, it's going to be the Omen taken down off the rip. This time, though, with the firepower equalized. Squeaking by with a round turnaround here for the side of Trace is going to be that much more difficult. And once again, start to set their sights on B. Just the 2 nanos there. Try and slow things up.
This time, no clear of the bot, but still a slide over from Safe into a similar position. Execute comes through, dash up and over. Trying to hold the angle and taking down his runner.
Yeah, able to find it. Not that much damage going to be exchanged as well as Kai just a quick peek into market, finds what he was looking for. Cleans up Trex as well. Welcome to the global stage. As I question whether or not they'd be able to break through, given there wasn't a disparity in the weaponry compared to what we saw in round 2. But Trace, they have managed to turn this into a winnable position, but Kicks wants to fight back. Down to 30 HP, the push up. NK going to be taken down to center, able to find the headshot now. The 2v2 with the HP advantage very much still here in the hands of Trace. Suppress connecting on the boat. The flash going to be sent out. They're tucked back here though. No one getting caught by that in time. Still ticking. Fang able to find Kicks. Now it's all down to center to see what he can do with the bot. Gets set up. Hasn't noticed him quite just yet. Chance to maybe try to make it a little bit more bloody, but it's going to be Haybait finding the kill. And Trace extending the lead.
Yeah, they're looking really solid, but they're finding the weaknesses in Vitality's defenses. They kind of learned from what happened in a previous round where they cleared the bot and they pulled a bit of attention towards mid. So this time around, they just don't clear mid, push towards site, and that leaves both the Sova and the Jet stranded in the back of the site. And by the time that they're able to kind of try to bail out the KJ runner, things are pretty much done and dusted in terms of taking control, and Kai, of course, being really explosive on that entry helps, and now he's got a Blade Storm popped. Stinger to back it up. Although I will say, Vitality, one thing that impressed me during their run at EMEA was really good with weaker weaponry, but Kai's just better.
I mean, yeah, grateful that he has a flash out. Now he's just pushing the tempo, right click over. Will not connect. Runner able to take him down with that Stinger, but Kai still doing work to open things up. Kicks now last man standing to see if he can try to deal any additional damage here. Pop flash going to be sent in, but looking this time, able to keep his life intact, finds it blind, and Trace going to be up by 3.
He is on a heck of a heater to start. 8-3-2 right now for the Jet from Trace Esports, and now the ults start to come online, but it's both Sovas who've gotten there simultaneously with those Hunter's Furies. Safe just stuck in that corner. Great flash, set him up from Haybait. And now you gotta start wondering, Vitality's been kind of pretty well balanced on this map overall in the stage 2. They're really good on the attacker side. That's what's really impressive about the way they pilot this map.
Oh, it's Sender.
Hello?
Trying to up the tempo there, and Fang is just ready for it. Taking him down. Continuing to push forward here towards mid, and that's them pulling off the angle. The alarm bot will alert to that potential deep flank, as there it is, cleared out. Runner able to play off that util nicely to go ahead and punish. Makes it overall a 1-for-1. But the plant is already through. The site occupied here by Trace, and all 4 players of Vitality getting ready for the approach here. On to have a note, they start to split off. 2 down through window. Fragment sent out. Further delay going to be found. Time starting to work against them. Recon getting the pings out. They have to pull back. Everything here from Trace is just buying time, keeping them in this one. But Kai does get displaced. Runner able to find that. There's the drop down kicks. Taken low, taken down. And now it's all unsafe. He has the op. He's going to have to evacuate. He has to run his way the hell out of here. We'll be able to hold on to that weapon, but Trace, no reprieve given over. Scope in. Oh, hey, nearly getting the angle. He and BNK both going to be taken down. Couldn't get out fast enough. But they still have money on their side, and they have a 4-round lead.
Just tremendous staggering of the utility here from Trace Esports. Just delay. Getting these plants down. Vitality hasn't been able to do anything to disrupt Trace Esports in getting their plants, or, you know, the retakes haven't been solid. And I think a lot of credit has to go to Trace Esports for the way that they're kind of piloting the map, the way that they're reading the map right now. They've got it dialed in, man. They're seeing Vitality, and they're finding these openings and getting really nice free plants, and can set up quite comfortably. And
one of the things they were talking about on the analyst desk setting up for this game was, you know, this is a team that likes to just play comfort, likes to play pretty stock standard. They have Ascent, that's a stock standard match. They find themselves in that just complete mirror matchup. And right now, they are getting that solid read. Bren was mentioning how there's just these couple little pieces that are missing that stop them from being a dominant squad. Right now, it feels like they're finding all the pieces. Vitality has just left them on the floor out in the open. And they're just going, thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely. Ooh, a piece of candy. I mean, it's really incredible what they're doing. They're just really solid right now. So far, I haven't been able to find much fault in anything they've done.
Sure. And already finding themselves here at 5 as the Chinese people behind us start ringing out with their cheers. 5 on the attack already, not too bad. Granted, we have seen a bit of a meta swing towards finding a bit more impact on the attacking side compared to defense, but defense side still overall incredibly strong here on Ascent.
Absolutely. I mean, both teams are very good on both sides of the map regionally, with, you know, being slightly more advantageous on the defender side, but both sides have good attacker sides as well, and you're seeing it already with Trace. One tag there, or one spot at the very least. Kai.
Thing is now, I mean, that 0 point, that opening one had hit on to Runner, so couldn't just try to go for a tempo lockdown. Now he's in a bit of a rougher spot. The team getting ready to try to reinforce his position here, but I mean, it's just an explosion of death as Kai is able to find 2. And now suddenly Runner's the last one standing. They already know that he's there. It's going to be a flawless off the back of the timeout call.
Wow. They are really just on one. And this time around, Vitality tries to go for one of their tempo plays where they're trying to counter the execute, and it's just read and shut right down. As soon as that push out comes through, you've got 3 players watching the alley. Maybe 4. I mean, it's just disgusting. They're crushing him. He does that regionally too.
Well, I mean, right now, pop off Kings.
Absolutely.
As they're expecting some aggression out here. Going to be found, but 0 point does land. Just suppression onto 1. And once again, off the back of that information, Trace going to reroute over towards B this time. Trex is in a position to go ahead and immediately help out alongside Runner.
Yeah, you've got to find a way to keep them from getting through this door. Fang looking to clear the alarm bot, or excuse me, the turret. And Runner has to get the heck out already. Kai hot on his heels. He got over him.
He did, but Trex able to find that kill, and then Runner, unscouted, unspotted, strikes. BNK going to be taken down. Now lobbed in towards boats. They know that those players are going to be there trying to flush them out, trying to draw them out here. The tap of the spike, but they know it's not being stuck to. Recon not going in. Fang able to find one. The jump forward. They managed to clear out boats, but they have to still get rid of safe. Knives now pop. Looking down to 40. Has to hit the headshot here. As for now, noise will be broken. Smoke sent out. Spike still stranded here on the site.
30 seconds left.
Safe can just wait this out. Has time on his side. Can see if Low King tries to go to reaggress, but nope. They go for the plant.
He's holding for it. He's going to be able to get the plant off. It's not back around the corner. Cannot break that line of sight. Vitality will break the win streak here. Get themselves a 2nd round win on the board.
And this is quite interesting. I thought this was maybe going to be difficult again for Vitality, but Kai just goes up and over Runner. Never sees him. And then he gets cut off anyway by Trex on site. And they're able to still take this down to a 1v1. It's a great push through the smokes. Catching Vitality just enough off guard. They were expecting a flash through. They were turning for it. Instead, it's just a double push in towards those boats, and they clear space. They get the plant down. Odin now for Bianche. Sender has to buy down to a Bulldog as the economy not in the greatest of shape. Turret cleared. A little bit of an aggressive push out towards B main. That has been where TE has been spending a lot of their time. But now they're changing directions a bit. Now they're thinking about A main control. But Spike's still in the hands of Bianche. And he is now rerouting, heading towards that A side. And it looks like for now, it's going to be easy does it, safe with his Sova. Going to get a little bit of information there towards mid, but Feng was able to dodge that.
Yeah, dodges out, doesn't get spotted. And with the alarm bot out there, can go for another deep lurk. Paranoia going to be coming across here, holding them at bay for now, and looks like that's enough to just go ahead and fully reroute Trace. Svang trying to take some space here in mid, pushing his way forward. Does he check this corner, though? It's been the bane of so many teams' existence. His runner seemingly having the read, but Fang has to readjust. And that is a critical kill to be found here. His truck's now tucked back here at the stairs. The TP into boats. Sender getting into position. Needs to put that Bulldog to use and does. Finds the first. The jump down. They weren't ready for the strike here. Strex finds another. Gets traded out, but Sender gets himself a second. Now just Kai and Fang, last one standing here versus 3. And the one's going to be there at boats. The alley fight has to be won. Fang's able to find it, but does get taken down. Kai trying to draw him out here into the open. Just dancing on the boxes, but the time has already been drained. And Sender will find the kill. A 3-piece for him as Vitality find a 3rd round win.
Yeah, just a really good call from Sender, the IGL of Vitality, to TP over into boats after losing that critical KJ util in a 1v1 towards market. You're not really able to slow up that hit from Trace Esports any other way. And it is Vitality's MO to try to keep you from even getting that plant down. And that creates a difficult situation there for Trace Esports to get through, and it helps that Sender was feeling it with that Bulldog. And that, I believe, will lead to another timeout now, this time from Trace Esports.
Yep, Trace not happy that they've given up 2 rounds in a row, so one to go ahead, tighten things up in these last couple ones. Make sure that they're able to stretch this lead even further on the attacking half. Curious to see what this ends up looking like here for them. The lockdown's available here on both sides, neither team finding the opportunity, well, for Trace, mostly not really finding the need to have to invest it.
No. They've either just broken things open, or it gets scrappy and they just kind of win the fight, or so they haven't really needed to use it to try to create space. They've been finding it themselves just through methodical play, reading the map very nicely. You know, even in that round, Fang there just working his way through mid, and he gained enough space that Bianche makes the call to wrap all the way over towards B, and it almost worked. If it wasn't for the timely TP of the Omen from Vitality, it could have been a very different round. Safe now. Operator again in hand. Such an important condition here for Vitality is to get him going. He can be so devastating. Trex as well.
TP forward here from Sender. Last time it got punished. This time around though, not to be found. Just TP's back to safety over towards bench. Risky plays though still. As the drone moves forward, checking, making sure that mid is secured. Spike still very much dropped all the way back over in the attacker spawn. Who's looking going to be tagged up by the drone. Held here for the moment. If he gets the orb, he has the ultimate to just TP back for the pickup. It looks like it's going to be Bianche. Just sent to go ahead and scoop this up.
I was going to say, you got the info that the Sova is over on the A side this time. So maybe feeling that the B side is going to be the weaker of the two this go around. So TP across.
Faking that he's TPing forward. Now all eyes trained there on that position. Meanwhile, the slow creep up here towards B and Runner is able to find 2. Fang and Bianche both going to be taken down. Kai able to find kicks, but now the lockdown comes in, just keeping them at arm's length, making sure they cannot push in.
30
and honestly, at this point, I would love to just see a Spike drop. Granted, it would make noise, but have the TP pickup to go for a plant onto A. Instead, it's just going to be nice pop, starting to reroute. Sender, however, getting into position. The Cloudburst not going to fully obscure everything. Does get the spot, but cannot find the shot. Looking now, sat here at window, has not broken it, has not made noise. Spots the first. A bullet to the back of the head. Sender going to be taken down. He's ready for the wraparound, and Runner falls as well. Now it is just Trex left standing, but not for long. Looking with the 3K. Goes ahead and gets them back into the driver's seat.
I mean, Trace Esports gets so deep on the map this round, and they are punishing Vitality. And they are so calm. They take their time. They really try to inch forward in every angle that they can. And Luo King comes up from that unexpected angle and then just starts clicking heads. And he has been really good for them at times. He has come up with some massive multi-kill rounds for Trace Esports in VCT CN, but the buy has to be scuffed for Vitality.
The recon not going to ping out. Runner just tucked away here with a frenzy in hand. Going for the drone there is BNK, but he gets protected from now. Trex still able to collect one, pushing forward with the classic. Finds the kill, gets out without the punish, but has to tuck all the way into the furthest corner of boats to keep himself out of this lockdown. Players about ready here for the retake, but firepower going to be limited. They do have a Bulldog and a Vandal here in play. And the Bulldogs finding value. Then going to be taken down the wraparound from Save, able to go ahead and keep their player protected. Spike is now stranded. In a 2v4, this is a very rough position to be in. As Save is able to collect him. Trex finding the last, and that's going to be a MasterCard Thrifty found by Vitality, stopping Trace from building up that momentum again.
Yeah, that's a huge round for Vitality to find a win when they desperately needed one to keep this half from going out of control. Trex has another Hunter's Fury as well, but they're just cutting them off at the point of attack here. They just read the map really well. Kind of bait Trace in, and Trace falls for it. Bulldogs once again working a treat. Great spot there for Trex. Follows up with some nice shooting. Safe working well, and Trace Esports though, regardless, 7 rounds already, get the spot. Yep.
We know that he's there. Paranoia. Try to escort him out. Fragment as well to find some damage. Kai eating 2 ticks of that one, desperately wanting that kill. Wanting that Omen dead, but cannot find it. Thrown now over the top, the ping through onto Kicks, but Hunter's Fury going to be dueled out here. One taking to the sky, everybody else just playing dodgeball. And ultimately, both ults going to be expended, no tags found.
Well, just kind of similar ideas from both squads there towards A main. Try to take control, but here we go. Push out from Safe, Kai.
Oh, and Safe is ready for it.
Great read.
Finds that little bit of damage taken here on the spam just to clear out the turret. Everybody clustered up. Sveng able to avoid the shock dart. You know, starting to get popped. 0 point well into the back. Push forward, Safe. Held at bay for now. Volstick takes him down to 59, but the headshot from Luo King takes him down to 0. Elimination found, but Recon Ping's getting a lot of value here, a lot of information, and Runner's able to collect 1. BNK going to be eliminated. Sender finding Fang. Now looking to push their way out of alley, perhaps. Looks like just given the time, might have to opt in. Oh, they're going to opt into this TP across the map. And he's got no HP. 6 health remaining. Time dwindling as Sender just sat here back gen. Looking has to win this, but he also has to stick. Paranoia going to be sent. He knows exactly where he's at. The knife? No. The push forward, the headshot, the round over. 7-5 of the half. Hey-Bay just not able to get there in time.
Oh, what an explosive start from Trace Esports. Came out gunning. But finally, Vitality finds their out sometimes, but they're able to get there. I mean, Vitality is a team that puts up better than average attacker side on this map. They're somewhere around, I think, 59 or 60% on this map for their attacker side in stage 2 of EMEA, but Trace Esports is really good on their defender side. Now, in VCT CN, they were like 76%. They were really stalwart. They're well, really good.
We're starting with a tiles crunch, and one that Trex is able to push back on. Still, more pressure to come. Quick bounce there on the recon. Can't quite line up the shots there against Hey-Bay, so does find that kill. Ultimately going to be a 1-for-1. KJ Util still set up here from Feng to try to slow things up. TP forward from Sender, gets his way into the site. And Nanos, only the one getting popped, the other one getting cleared out. So they're looking for the swing, spots him. Tucks back, hits the switch. Spike can now be planted. Double push in from behind though. Getting ready to come through, and it's going to be Runner to try to shut things down, but he's able to find Hebe recovering from util in hand. Flash does enough though. King able to find that and can scoop up the Ghost.
If he had been able to get both, this would be so much more comfortable for Vitality, but just couldn't quite steady the aim. Dart in.
Oh, the drop
God.
down, the Lakia play coming through from beyond. Able to find one, but now everything to do here from Feng. Frenzy in hand, both running out of bullets, the reload to come through. The push forward, he's going for it, he's got to drop down, he's got to get the timing, and he does! Feng closing it out, giving Trace another pistol win.
I mean, they're just so good right now. Everybody just kind of working together. There's always an extra layer here for Trace Esports on this lurk, on this flank. Again, something they really love to do. Time and time again on every map. But on Ascent as well, they're trying to get behind you. They're trying to find flanks, trying to find these crunches. And Kix just had no idea there was going to be a player coming from behind him. So Protocol's breaking down a little bit there for Vitality as well. But I think that extra angle created causes a lot of confusion. And Runner, he's been okay for Vitality. I mean, nobody's positive on the scoreline.
But look at this. It's not a full force here from the team. A Sheriff in play, but safe, buying all the way down to get himself an outlaw. And already Runner going to be punished. He'll found. I mean, I think he just recon and then just, yeah, wall bang headshot him with that Guardian.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. And one thing that I was really impressed with Trace Esports on this defender's side is Bianca. He is really nasty on that B site.
Okay, turn from the flash. Haven't scouted the Omen at all in this position. It's just Hebe making noise. Pulls off the angle. Leaving looking to his own devices for now.
And they're already double stacking out of A main. You got two players pushing, trying to get into the back lines. Trex is out towards the middle.
Safe wants to push up here into market. Meanwhile, crunch over a tree, and that's going to be the spike left on the floor. But now they know that there's an outlaw in play. He had to use it to go ahead and clear out that turret. Does find one headshot there on to Kai, but this would have to be some insane heroics. But he won't be given the opportunity to pull them off. A 3K from Looking, as it is a very clean anti-eco here from the side of Trace.
They're really good.
And they say thank you for the outlaw. They just pick it up?
Yeah, and only 3 players on Vitality are going to be able to buy up to full armors. It's seemingly Vitality just can't get a good read.
He wasn't even paying.
He just went for it.
He just sensed it.
He just
had a feeling in his bones and said, I'm about to hit this dude in the head.
Sometimes it do be like that.
Okay. Well, you do you. Similar scenes here, though, from Trace as we go into the bonus.
Are they going to
Sheriff
try
in hand for Looking. I tucked away. Drone not going to be able to spot him out. I think if he had actually peeked over, he might have been able to see him up on top of the box over the smoke. Either way, Kai for now obscured and gets the second shot. Center going to be taken down.
Down mid.
Flash from Kix just not there in time to try to capitalize and find that pick. For now, Safe just playing on the edge of a pixel here before that turret detects.
And now if you run into that outlaw again, it's a 50-50 if it's just a one-shot kill. Very difficult stuff for Vitality. They're just struggling to find any openings. Look at the timing here on the reveal. It gets so much info.
They do, and there's the nanos to go ahead and further delay. Still though, nonplussed. Vitality continue with the push forward. Flash out. Kai gonna get hit by that, but Looking, he finds him. He finds a headshot at such incredible range, taking down Kix there at Alley. Runner able to fight back, eats a little bit of damage. Tries to get them back into the driver's seat here on this round. Gun barrel just around the corner. Shot comes in, Trex finding it, and Kai cannot swing out wide enough to be able to find the punish. We'll just go ahead and scoop up the Vandal for himself. A 3v3. The spike planted, swing out of the smoke. Trex able to find one, Safe gets another, and now it's all in Looking, still just that Sheriff in hand. Trex won't even die to a body shot here from this, and well, that will be a round recovered here from the side of Vitality. Once again, denying the bonus conversion, but still decent damage dealt here by Trace.
And it's some little things from Trex that really bails Vitality out of this round. He finds that safe angle away from the outlaw, back towards market, and then is able to bail Safe out. Finds a good crunch timing when you've got both Hebei and Kai trying to push out of that smoke. Right there. Him and Safe stepping up together. He's doing a great job working that angle, working that crossfire, and making it so difficult for Trace Esports, but they still did a ton of damage in that round. Now you've got the op for Kai, you got the Odin for Bianca. Kai is, in my book, very, very good with the operator. When I was watching, he loves to get aggressive. He loves to try to take control of a main early. He honestly, it feels like he's taken something out of Texture's book sometimes with the way that he positions himself. I'm not saying he's got the same kind of, you know, juice in there, but yeah, he has a similar thought process.
Kai, well aware of the alarm bot resting right in front of him. Wants to see if anyone's going to go pushing forward, but eventually patience will wear thin, and we'll have to just go ahead and clear it out, back away. In the meantime, I mean, it's going to be a pretty much full rotate from Trace, sending everybody towards A site. Ready to intercept here versus Vitality. Cinder eating a bit of a pulse there, down the 90. Hebei, rather, knife at the ready, and Loking just right there within the smoke. Second time Cinder's been punished from this. Safe, they just swing out, double facing. Reading that lurk so well. Safe gets taken down, now Vitality very much been held at bay and in all likelihood ushered over towards this operator.
But they're just trying to make individual plays to create space, and Trace is just shutting it down. Every step of the way, finally Runner able to take down Bianca.
Takes down one, but still pushing forward. Noise going to be heard here. Kai starting to reposition. Market door going to be broken, but can they get through the op? First shot going to go wide. Drops down the TP across, looking to just go ahead and reinforce positions. As Kai looks for the peak, finds him on the second shot. Trek's taken down now, and it's all on kicks, and he's only got 26 HP and no time remaining. The swing out, another triple kill. How many does this Omen have in this game? I've lost count, but I do know that Trace are now up to double digits.
It's a lot. He has been incredible. Up to
9 and 6.
9 and 6, dude. Loking is absolutely going crazy.
We start calling him Low Karen.
There you go.
Put up that performance.
He is.
He's looking like that guy.
The Omens have been incredible this year. And he's looking like one of them. God, that's clean, too. Ooh.
Well. Vitality now going to be calling their second and final timeout here of the map. Down by 4. This is a recoverable position, of course. But right now on this defender side, I mean, you talked about the statistics. Trace, you know, their history on this map, as well as the read that they've seemingly had on Vitality so far, it is looking damn good for them.
Yeah, I mean, this was going to be, I think, a close matchup no matter what. Even though I voted for Vitality, basically, these two maps, Ascent and Sunset, are both these teams' best maps. So it's kind of falling into the strengths of both squads to try to see who's pound for pound better. And going back to what the desk was talking about, they have similar ideas on the game in a lot of ways. You can see this. They're taking a lot of time. They're working the map. They're not kind of going for crazy rush plays. Every once in a while, sure. You see it with Sender with some of those moves, and you have to have those in the mix. But overall, it's mostly disciplined play. But right now, Trace Esports is actually getting the better of Vitality in a lot of those regards. In the beginning of that last round, that was really concerning for me for Vitality because there's a lot of attempted individual plays to create space towards the A site. All of it falls apart, and then Trace Esports can recover with that extra player advantage.
Pretty close to some crucial ultimates here, though, are Vitality. Knives for now, popped by Safe, has that. 2 off the lockdown, 1 from the Hunter's Fury. Could be pivotal in Vitality getting themselves back into this. It's just going to be a very big 3-man push up through mid. Cutting across into market, turret going to be cleared out, smoke's coming down. The Safe goes up and over the top, trying to see if he can get a spot on anything, but ultimately, nothing going to be seen. The push out of the smoke, right into Bianca, who collects a second. Safe and Kicks both going to be kicked back, as now the spam through, looking for some damage, and Center, yeah, delivered under him. Fang in the meantime, finding the other 2. It's going to be a flawless as Trace, once again, not allowing for that timeout to find value in the following round.
That positioning from Bianca is so difficult to deal with. And there's no util to try to clear him. There's no overflash from the side of Team Vitality. He's just holding position. And Vitality just caught completely off guard here. Only that off angle, I mean, poor Safe couldn't even react to this.
Just barrel stuffed by an Odin.
Yep. And he is really, really smart. The IGL saw it previously. Oh, hold on. Oh, saw the head.
Yeah, saw him for a brief little moment. Doesn't find the shot. So for now, everything just slowing down.
Yeah. And Vitality, I think, maybe going to use some of this extra time to see if they can talk things out, figure out how they want to work this map. Kai's going to get aggressive with that op towards short. He's got complete control. He knows that no one's over here. And it's going to give him a pivot point, but it's been pinged out. High Vitality. Not sure if Runner just got a sense of it or got a spot. But for now, it's going to be a tuck into the cubby for Kai. Fang gonna have to back off with the drone. Gonna clear it first. Hunter's Fury out to cover him, and they're gonna get one with the tag. Can't find any more.
They take it down, but there's the kill. Traded out here are the kill choice. Back over into the Odin gameplay, but it's gonna be shut down. Kai, though. Oh, man, sending that bullet through the door like it was Indiana Jones. Finds safe right before it shuts. Now, 3v3, couple pot shots. As Hunter's Fury opened up, Sender able to find Hebe, kicks, getting looking, and yep, there you go. The final pump will take down Kai, so Vitality standing firm here, keeping themselves in this game, but it was looking shaky for a bit there.
Yeah, able to get that read after the post plant, but I mean, Kai hitting some filthy shots. Has a Blade Storm now. It looks like he's gonna opt to just use that Blade Storm now, bank up a little bit of extra cash. Try to ride out a couple more operator rounds, potentially. And he's in mid. Is he just gonna go for the play? Vitality, quiet in the coach's booth. It's kind of it's a tiles crunch. It's actually using the paranoia to set it up. Nobody's there. But interesting idea there from Trace Esports. Bit of a disguised tiles crunch there.
Oh, the flash out, and Runner still hounded down. This guy just cannot get out. Just chasing him forever.
He is the opposite of his name right now. It's just...
Yeah, he needs to rename to Sprinter. The safe, though, in a good position to try to intercept here, but they just double swing through. Trex able to answer one back center, finding Peng at the same time. This deep wraparound, but pings are coming through. They're aware of Sender's position now because of that kill.
One enemy remaining.
As Trex striking from hell will find Kai. 3K from him, and now just 3 rounds separating. Vitality still with an opportunity to get back into this map.
I was starting to feel like Vitality is starting to get a little bit of speed underneath them in some of these attempted retakes. I mean, even though these early maneuvers, these aggressive plays from Trace Esports are finding some value, it's these holds in the post plants that are starting to provide value for the side of Vitality. And that's huge, and that's going to force a timeout now. Got to rethink some of these ideas here. I think Trace may be getting a little bit overconfident at times, and Vitality starting to show some speed as well, some confidence. And their protocol's looking a lot cleaner, and that to me signals that their comms are getting a lot cleaner, because it had looked a little bit messy at times, and they found some footing. So I think it's a great time for a timeout from the Trace Esports coaching staff.
Well, all timeouts expended. No more intervention unless this one ends up going into overtime. Lockdowns available on both sides. No command available for kicks. Kai, some knives as a backup in case they get into a bad position. Need to go for a retake, because for the moment, does have that op in hand.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm looking at as a potential win condition now.
Oh, he just dropped him on the ground.
You know what? I didn't see a tag on him, so security needs to get him off the stage.
Just lobbed that.
Just poor guy.
Spiking the penguin.
I mean, you know, he's not supposed to be there. He's not playing.
Well,
get him off the stage.
Let's go ahead and drop the barriers and see if this timeout is going to lead to Trace getting up to map point. How much more gas Vitality has here in the tank. Drone forward. Looks like just going to be Runner showing himself for now, as they once again try to set up Kai here on this angle. 2 players stacked around the corner.
And you can see that Vitality is very, very aware of the way that Kai likes to op. And so they're playing it much, much safer. Runner's holding this angle. Kai's got the dash popped. Not going to push the angle just yet. Sender making his way back over. Got the first, and he's out.
Patience is a virtue, and Kai profits from it.
And now it's really difficult for Vitality They're gonna have to spend a lot to clear this. Pop the no command.
Just here in the corner, and that's gonna be a shutdown, but still just the KO. Tries to go for the quick peek, but cannot find the shot. So Rez can come through. We'll put him back into the mix. Runner being spotted out there for a brief little moment, but answers back quite a bit of damage, and Trex is able to find the wall bang shot to take down Fang. Okay, however, still here, the Odin in play, but opts to not pull the trigger, and they've already now made it into the site.
30 seconds left.
Recon up over the top, looking for a bit of wall bang action here. It's going to be the lockdown invested here on the site proper. And ultimately, feels like Trace are going to have to respect this one as MK in a bad spot, but he does manage to find the enemy Killjoy. Hebe will get taken down though as Trex once again going on a bit of a tear. And this time looking unable to shut it down. A 4K for Trex. His Vitality are now just 2 rounds away from tying things up.
Dude, Trex is trucking him, man. He is having a whale of a map. 18 and 13 coming into this. Has a Hunter's Fury as well. And it's going to have to be maybe a bit of an eco. Bladestorm still available for Kai. Didn't end up popping it earlier. And Kai doing everything he can here. Some great shock darts. But at the end of the day, there was...
Suppressing. One suppressed. Flash. It's ready.
30 seconds left. Spike down A.
Nowhere to run! Found them.
Last player standing.
Hello, sorry about that, minor technical issue. It seems like everything's taken care of as we look forward here into the round though. Vitality in a good spot, 2 players, dangerously low on HP, looking for the wall bang shot here. He's looking and he's just a hair off being able to find Sender. With just that Sheriff in hand. An immense amount of work to do. The time, it's just not there. Cash aplenty built up here for the side of Vitality. He makes his presence known, but eats a lot more damage there in return. And ultimately, Vitality are going to be closing this gap now down to 1 round.
It's been an amazing comeback here for Vitality, but they're starting to play together, starting to play as a team. Nobody's going out and kind of dying for nothing for the side of Vitality. I mean, yeah, sometimes Trace Esports is able to get those early pick with the ops, but you've got the economy in a really roller coaster-y position for Trace Esports, so it may have to come in this round because they're investing in it, it looks like. Great hold on the site, have the Hunter's Fury to counter the lockdown there. Very disciplined gameplay we're seeing now from Vitality, and this seems like a potential do or die. So much money coming into this round for Trace Esports. You have the no command as well. Kai's operator on the other side of the map, just the Sova and the Killjoy over on the B side. Ooh, doesn't catch it. It's just a little bit further back.
It could be something that comes into play here later on in the round. For now, though, 3-man push through Cat. Peek in towards Tree. Nothing noted on that left-hand side. And the recon goes in a little bit too deep. Looking nice timing. Peeks out, finds safe immediately. Shuts the door in their faces.
God, he read that so well. Got caught by the 0 point. Gets ahead of the play. Insanely smart stuff from Lil King.
And now here comes the reroute with that alarm bot still standing by. Sender in position here, just about shoulder to shoulder. There's alarm bot not within that. There's the reveal. Push forward. Do they suspect this nano right here? No, they did not. Catches him by surprise. Fang just backing off the angle, not wanting to over challenge. He's looking. Peeking out. Center noting him the paranoia, connecting. He gets a glimpse here. Ultimately is able to back away. Looking like this is going to end up being a B hit once more. No more KJ util to try to intercept here. Just two players, VNK and Fang, over in boats to try to slow things up. The reveal out onto one. The Odin ringing out, trying to find some tags, but kill's not found. No command sent, but Hebe left on his lonesome. Not really going to be resable unless you get the reroute there from Kai. The drop down, however, going to be coming through. And the kills are ringing out true here for Trace. Runner the last man standing with just no time, but still finding two. Cannot get that last one that he needed. Needed the 4K overall in the round.
Match point.
But Bianca puts an end to it. And Trace, they find map point.
Really smart stuff here from Trace Esports. Like you pointed out, that deeper alarm bot proves to be really critical in terms of the timing. This as well, another timing maneuver there. Just a one and done position for Loking, and he gets ahead of it. And then they TP. He has the TP available. He TPs into boats. They set up this 3-angle crossfire with the Odin able to watch for the drop downs. Another one holding the alley, and another one can hold the back stairs. And they absolutely shut down Vitality. Really smart stuff from Trace Esports.
Oh, and Runner with a counter spray.
He was on site.
Yeah, I mean, just finding the kill. That might make them think that B is a bit more weak, but there still is another player here, Hebe. Opting to rotate over here towards this side of the map for this round. Starts drifting back towards Alley, but with the tap there on the turret. Starts working his way down into the site. Spike for now, still stuck stagnant there. Sender having it in hand, waiting at top mid.
Yeah, you're clearing out a lot of this KJ utility, hoping to bait out a rotation or at least keep an extra player on this B site. So far, it's working a treat. Kai has this op. They're going to rotate away. It's all a ruse. They're going to go there. Same alarm bot.
Drifting off the angle, and this puts that much more pressure here on Fang as swing out. Hebe going to be taken down. Nano still available, popped, swings out, drops down immediately, but still eats an immense amount of damage through the wall, down to 37. Watches for backstairs to swing in, it's going to be good for one save, going to be taken down, a blind shot attempt through the smoke, but nothing to be found from Kai. And the call to retreat to save these weapons is made already. We will have to wait for that spike to detonate. This map is not over yet. Vitality, they want OT.
Yeah, Vitality really digging deep into the playbook here. They are working the map so well. Clearing the util towards the front of B, and then shifting over towards A with a couple players. Sending a little bit of util that way with the Jet and the Killjoy, and then swinging back in through mid towards B, shutting things down. Kai, though, might get one more for his troubles, indeed. Takes down Runner.
Yeah, making this a little bit more costly as well, but there's still a good amount of cash here available to the side of Vitality. They're not going to be too bothered by it.
No. There's only one more round where the money matters.
Yeah, Kai needing to hold on to this operator, though. And okay, will get a final shot there on the center. Still a world away from having the blades online, so overall, not the most concerning thing here, but we'll take a look back as, yeah, just counter spray through the wall. Runner able to find BNK right off the rip.
Unreal. What a swing from Sender. Trex just continues to have a phenomenal map there. Just breaking things open. Vitality, one more round to send it to OT. Or is it going to be Trace Esports taking their map pick?
Changing up the angle this time here is BNK, but it's back over here, staring in towards mid. His turret's going to get cleared out.
It's all 5 members of Vitality. They're putting all their eggs in this B basket, seemingly. They're going to make a go of it.
Safe dashing forward. Fang still sat here, but now going to be ping revealed, I believe. As there's the push forward, they flush him out. Odin here, close quarters. Oh, he jumps up! Still managing to take down Safe, but loses his life as Kai trying to find an angle here with that operator in hand. But everybody already making their way forward in towards the site. Oh, lockdown now in play, and once again, nothing to really try to clear this one out unless you got a crazy fragment lineup. Spraying in towards Kai. See if he can try to figure out exactly where this Sova is, but the shot's a bit too deep, needed to go more shallow. They went it out, oh my god! The casual lob into fade away from Trex. Kai eliminated now. A 2v4, a 1v4 to try to bring this map to an end, but Hebe Oh, he's just in a corner. He's screwed. And the runner has 3 as Vitality tie it up 12-12. We're going into OT.
It just took a little while for Vitality to get going. And then they've got 6 out of the last 7 in their favor. I mean, it felt like Vitality was done and dusted, and we were going to be going to sunset with Trace Esports up 1-0, but they are such a good team, and that is such a good shock dart right at his feet. Unbelievable.
Full damage on it.
That's insane. I mean, Trex's scoreline is insane.
I mean, that just might be the play of the map. If Vitality are able to close this out.
No glass cannons, no Odins. So it's all even Stevens. This crowd's starting to try to get behind Trace Esports a little bit behind us. See if they can find some more success on this attacker side. Spike gonna be left in back towards spawn. That same old knife from the KO. Once again, just only connecting with sender, so. No real
Drone for drone.
Yeah.
Just passing in the night. Doesn't go deep enough to peek into market. Nothing going to be spotted there.
But you don't know where the jet is yet. That's the real danger position.
Because for now, could still very well be that glass cannon on the opposite side.
Right. And that's why certainly TE is being very, very cautious right now. Have to figure that out. See if they can get that early man advantage.
Safe, avoiding the ping, the swing in, has the headshot and the shutdown. Fang eliminated. Still though, the pinch continuing, the push in from Market, getting ready to arrive. Safe, just tucked here, backstairs. The swing out from Trex. He's able to find beyond K. Takes him down, and that's the cleanup. Vitality swatting away the strike here from Trace, and now they find themselves at map point.
I mean, Safe just able to hide himself from that recon dart. He gets that first kill. That's huge. Trace Esports trying to do everything they can to safely identify that position, and they still can't. They throw a lot at it. They take their time. Safe's just smarter, and he's really snappy with that shot. Fang tries to cross and is immediately cut down. Try to get through Market, cut down again.
And it felt like this was the must-win round here for Trace.
Yep.
Very big impact from them on that attack. Now, needing to reset. Good damage there on the Safe. The off shot going to be going wide. No, runner still tagged down as well. 2 players, sub 50 HP. A solid enough start here for the side of Trace, but certainly would have liked those to have been completed into kills.
Well, now they're shifting Fang over to help out Woking in short. In the tree, trying to create a crossfire here.
Typing got sent. As there's the push forward, and Hebe taking Safe's head off. Finds the kill. Fang trying to push up. The flash not going to be fully connecting. And Fang eventually able to find that elimination. Runner out here in mid. Bit of a fight back there. Trex tries to keep him in it, but now he's all in his lonesome. Shock dart does land. It's one away from a Hunter's Fury, but it'd be a bad spot to try to use it in when he's all in his lonesome. BNK will go ahead, put him down, and get the reset. 13-13, and we continue.
Oh, this has been an absolute treat. Trace holding firm. A lot of damage done early with that wall spam. And even though Kai isn't able to find any value off that op initially, they're able to find a good read. What a call from Beyond K and company to send Fang over to short to help out Loking. Expecting a little bit of an aggression and a push there. They're able to shut it down. Now I wonder, somebody's going to call a timeout.
Yep, Trace going to be using their last timeout here. Wanting to, you know, you have to surmise, wanting to correct things of how that previous attack had gone. Make sure that they are winning these attack rounds.
Yeah, it's tough because you just kind of don't clear one small piece of the map on the side you're looking for, and it costs you a lot in that previous round. So maybe just shoring up some little things, maybe talking about the next 2 rounds. Maybe there's some set plays that you can try to go for here, some executes that you've got in the back pocket to try to make some impact with. But slow and steady has been the name of the game for both teams. It's been very methodical, as you would expect. You know, everybody running kind of the standard agents.
But here's the different look.
Yeah.
We have the glass cannon coming through this time on the attack from Trace. If anything's going to potentially catch some players off guard, it could very well be this.
Yeah, and he's looking like he's going to try to challenge top mid there. And that's going to be interesting. Maybe they're expecting that they can win a duel here, catch him a little bit off guard. Dart out to check for Safe's position, but he is once again tucked away.
Take flight.
Another slightly different look is thrown up over the top. Should have seen the head there of Kai. Gets the tag onto Hebei. As now is in such a rough spot. The tailwind out.
Wow.
Fang at the same time, though, able to find Sender from B lobby across the cat. Finds that kill. Loking finding kicks. And he's just in so deep. Look at his position. Look at the minimap.
They have no idea.
He's wrapping around into heaven.
He's done it again.
This could come back to bite them. Safe staying, hanging around in mid. Does manage to find one. Trex fighting back. Does get rid of Hebei, but Kai quickly trades it out. Loking staying quiet, and now it looks like they maybe have sussed this out. The slow approach towards heaven. Eyes trained on this position. Can they double swing in? That's going to be the question. There's the spam out, but he's still going to be good for one, and Kai has the up shot to close it out. Trace once again in the driver's seat.
Switching sides.
And they've been so good at finding these early kills that just kind of set Vitality off balance.
Let's take a look back.
I am watching this. Nuh-uh.
So just, yeah,
How do you
pulls
even-
out his gun. And then they're just not ready for looking.
No, he's been great at finding these lurks. It has caused some real problems for Vitality. That op does end up finding some value, so it looks like Trace gonna keep that op in Kai's hands. But Low King
Thrown over the top, though. He's spotted, still peeking.
cleared though.
I don't think anybody's going to peek into you here. It's not until the flash, so does have to back away. Tailwind going to be expended here by both of the Jets.
Pretty good amount of utility though that you're able to get out of that exchange. The drone, you get the flash. So a little bit of an edge towards Trace Esports, but now this time around, Short's left completely unguarded. And it's just toyed with by Vitality. This looks similar to one of their rounds. For overtime.
Okay, just peeks, and that's the spike spotted. Low King at the same time, catching Trex. The deep push out. Catching them off guard once again. Now a 5v3 to be squandered by Trace if Vitality want to try to reset here.
Here.
This should be the map. Coming to a conclusion. The slow creep forward, silent movements here. The nanos not popped.
30 seconds left.
Jump out though, and BNK again with the Odin. The quick peek, finds it. Gunbarrel spotted the drop down from kicks. Sees the operator, but there's nothing more that he can do. He is stranded, running out. The only one to try to fight back. You're never gonna have to be an ace clutch to keep this map going. The plant gonna be stuck. They're not looking to corral. They allow him to get that one through. One kill, he has a lockdown. But will he find the opportunity? Shots flying out. He cannot make it happen. The defuse will come in, and Trace here in just a moment. Trace have been able to take the pistol so far on Ascent. Curious to see if that trend is going to continue going into Sunset.
Yeah, absolutely. And a pretty similar idea to what Bren was just talking about on the analyst desk from what I'm seeing from Vitality. Although you do have Trex leaning towards mid with kicks. Maybe a set play there to try to counter any aggression, but the knife from kicks just grabbing a spot onto Low King. Now you got a three-man push out. Yes, there is the trap wire there, but let's see if they're going to be ready for so many players to be holding here.
Oh, Low King spotted, dead, safe, able to find the double headshot to take him down. And that's going to be a very good first blood. Granted, saw a couple times back over on Ascent, Low King being that first player to end up getting picked off, only for Trace to then still win out the round.
Yeah, you
Trace are going to be able to replicate that magic.
You think oftentimes the 4v5 would be a significant advantage, but at times, players just go crazy. Oh, BNK.
Sender manages to get himself around the corner.
Standing ahead.
Just fast enough to dodge that out. Ping going to be coming through. Paint shell around the corner. Flashback at the ready. The jump forward. And oh my God, what is that? Right click. A second one. Is it doing it again? Trick's now the one to try to fight back. Shock dart going to be lobbed in. Gets quite a bit of damage.
Oh my
Both
God.
players tagged down low. Swings in. Finds the shot on BNK. Everybody low HP. The swing out. Hebei soften him up a little bit, but he reads the flank, but Fang still has the kill. And my God, they are 3 for 3, and that entry was disgusting.
Absolutely ridiculous what they've dialed up.
Observers, can we see it again? But in slow motion, please.
Yeah, just...
Give me that .25.
I want to savor this a little bit.
Thank you.
Oh, beautiful. Look at that. Oh my God, that is so good.
Absolutely disgusting reactions.
He's just ready. The crosshair placement is perfect.
Yeah.
And yeah, Hey-Bay can't even take the heat, man. Woo! Ridiculous.
Well, now 2 Bulldogs. It goes 2 Spectres here for Trace going into the eco round. Safe still going to be picking up a Sheriff here. Try to have a little bit more punch behind him.
And there's a little bit of thought about trying to contest A main again early from Vitality, but without any contact, they quickly spread out. In fact, they've got a couple players wrapping all the way through spawn, and a 3-man stack on the other side of the map. For Trace Esports, they're worried about aggression. It never came from any of the angles they anticipated, relying again on that trap wire over towards the A side of the map to kind of give them that info. And you kind of called it there, man. Like, you lose that first player, so what? Like,
yeah.
They're just firing today.
Just blessing Trace, cursing Vitality. Fault line going to go across. Doesn't connect onto these 2 players here. Cage goes up. They just spray right into it. Like an open book. Runner taken down. Push out of the smoke here. Okay, I think, yeah, they had the spot. As Kai continues to pinch in here towards Market. Shot's going to ring out, and that's going to be Trex taken down. Slide across from Safe, and head removed.
They're going to be ready for kicks, though. He slid into the spot after Runner was taken down.
Classic.
Yeah.
Swing around, yeah. They get a sense of it. They say, you know what, we never did check that corner.
Really good discipline on this round.
And that's one of the things that the desk was talking about, praising, you know, them from Ascent, that discipline to be able to just slow things down, wait, re-clear an angle.
They do it here again.
Think about where players could be. They do it here as they look for a flawless, I mean, they fault line him. They know exactly where he's tucked away. So it's going to be a flawless anti-eco here from Trace. Once again, starting off 2-0.
But I mean, I think in some ways, like we talked about so much how these 2 teams have similar ideas, similar play styles. And you saw that in Ascent, right? It was very, very close. A lot of the rounds were very, you know, kind of info heavy, and everybody just kind of trying to spread the map, stuff like that. But I think for Trace, in their region, they go up against a lot of teams that are very aggressive. You know, you think, well, FPX, EDG at times. They really want to take those fights and come at you swinging. And this game is playing to their strength. And they're really, really cleaned up. You know, they're performing a lot more disciplined than we saw.
Yep.
And that's so impressive. To come through with not a ton of time into this event and looking a lot cleaner.
Quick spot there on the cam. Runner trying to hold the line here. Turns from the flash. Does manage to find Fang. Cage going to be dropped down. A little bit of counter spam through that one. Safe as well. Going to get tagged up. Over towards that Market side. The 3-man crunch push gets ready to come through. Runner with a second. Does end up falling. It's Bianc able to find one. Still a man advantage here for the side of Vitality, and the spike not yet planted. Low King going to be taken down. The spike now needs to be recovered. Bianca able to find one. A lot more work to be done as he does get spotted out. Sender elbow showing there. Trex getting Kai. That'll be the closeout. 3 members left alive as Vitality. The one thing that we've seen consistently here is Trace winning pistols, but Vitality denying those bonus conversions.
Absolutely, and it's a really great job by Runner, just delaying as the Cypher, getting some of those big opening kills. Just kind of classic Cypher play on this B side on Sunset. And he works it to perfection, gets the rest of the team over to bail him out, to not really give Trace Esports much of an opportunity themselves to find much value, find much success in that round. Yeah, they get a couple kills, but Runner sets the tone there, just shutting things down as that Cypher. And that's definitely part of the game for Team Vitality is they want to be able to fast rotate on this map. They want to get Safe into a position where he can lead the charge, and they can delay that other team from feeling comfortable from getting into those post plants. And if they do give up those post plants, they're really good about stacking and going for those retakes.
Okay, getting the reveal. Sender going to be taken down, distracted by the dart. Solid setup coming through as drone spots out on the 2. Feng up over the top, sending down the paint shells, and Kai with that ping, able to find kicks, and the paint shell claims save at the end.
I know exactly.
Neural Depth now invested to just further ensure the closeout here on the round. The swing in, the double tap. Hebe finding it and running out, left to his own devices with just a Bulldog in hand.
Oh, what a neat play off that Cypher smoke into the recon dart there to set up Low King. Just great coordination from Trace Esports. They are looking so polished.
Kai getting into position as well to try to find the catch here. The runner wanting the Vandal, does find it, but if he cuts across mid, he could be at risk. That's exactly where he's drifting to. Weapons drawn out, but Kai has the headshot instantly. Nothing retained. Trace off to a roaring start. Once again, just not allowing for that momentum build up here from Vitality.
No. And now they've got a showstopper. They had the neural theft in that previous round. Made it easy for Hebe to get his kill. Another great spot there. Man, Beyond K is on point on the Sova utility today. Ridiculous. I mean, there is a Hunter's Fury for Trex. Runner does have his neural theft, but the ult cycles for Trace Esports so far allowing them to continue this run. And it's a weaker buy for the side of Vitality. One away from the overdrive, though. If they could find a way to get safe this kill with this Guardian, could be a difference maker in this round for sure. And just a very methodical, slow start to this round. Flash out, try to see if they could set up safe, but nobody home for Trace Esports. Closest player was Kai on that Cypher. Just waiting towards mid. Now, just working the map a little bit. Our Trace Esports not really giving up much information on where and how they're trying to approach this map. Vitality, they have safe, watching a little bit of mid. But now the smoke comes through, and Trace Esports looking like they're actually going to stack up for the full execute. It's the full 5-man push.
Maybe Low King getting into a position for a flank here, starting to work his way over towards mid. A little bit of damage found there. Two players now below 60 HP on the side of Vitality after the paint shell lands behind Runner. But not pulling the trigger on the exec quite just yet. They're still playing this out slowly, but this gives more opportunity for Safe to potentially upset their odds here, but that's a great fault line, and then the pinch comes through. Low King finding the kill, and Runner, the gun barrel getting spotted out. Peng makes it all too easy here for him.
Wow.
Kicks though, able to fight back. Trex fighting too, and now time dwindled. The spike is down, it's in main. I don't think they're gonna be able to get this.
Nope.
Time just ticking. The TP forward is I think they were trying to pass it, but the timing is a little bit off this round. Oh no, it has gotten away from them. Still solid damage dealt here at the very end, but my goodness, this round, this should have been Trace's, but Vitality, they squeaked by with a win.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the idea here from Trace was they didn't like the initial contact that they received. They didn't feel comfortable trying for that showstopper, maybe a little bit worried about another trap wire or something like that. And they tried to create an extra angle through market, but Trex with an absolutely gorgeous Hunter's Fury. So much damage off the back of that. What a lineup he has there.
Yeah, one less player in the round is still going the way of Trace.
Yep.
Everything was on that Hunter's Fury, and boy, did he deliver. Low King pushing forward. I believe Cinder may be making a bit of noise there.
He's watching that corner. Now they're starting to stack up. Got some nades and other things to clear it if they want. A little bit of help, a flash and a push out. Not much damage done. Low King taking a scrape, but both sides for now. Gonna take a pause on this battle again, and Trace Esports, they've paused, but do they know? Are they gonna expect this position from Safe? He's pushed deep through mid.
Just rotating these smokes across. That's a very good question. Drone still available. And K sort of checking the angle, but then drifts far enough forward. A relay bolt going to be sent fast lane. And the sprint out. Spray here from Low King. Oh, unable to find him from tiles. Oh. Drone now getting the ping out, the push up in towards the smoke. Low King trying to just catch Trex off guard. Cannot do so. He gets shut down. Now Vitality looking poised to tie things up as Kai getting spotted out, eating a bit of damage.
That's so good from Vitality. Not just getting that position, but then immediately Trex is there with the drone to check. Clears out Low King as well. That's really, really good.
I mean, it's 20 seconds remaining and looking like a save here for the side of Trace. Cash in a very disjointed place here. Only Hebei and Loking really having much to scrape together, so they just have to sit back and allow for this timer to run out.
10 seconds left.
Yeah, it's all the little things. Those protocols and a great escape from safe. Gotta love the way that he expected more players and didn't overheat, didn't try to go for the big 2K. Gets another one at the end of the round.
Yeah, Shock Dart flushes him out. Now at risk here is Kai, but still does manage to find one. So Flawless can't come through, but Vitality still tie things up at 3-3. Cash built up, and Trace, they're gonna pump the brakes here as we take a look at the replays.
Yeah, I mean, I think now they're just not quite having as good of a grasp of the map as we saw in Ascent, right? We saw it in the very first pistol round where they're not ready for that push out, where Loking gets taken out trying to cross towards tiles. And then this round here, you're not expecting Safe's position. You don't have a response prepared, and he's able to duck out because he's a Neon as well. That helps. But then you try to take space off of that, and there's another good response from Trex, from Vitality. And so I think maybe now a little bit more of a lean towards some of the things that have been working is covering the angles early, making sure that there's no aggressive maneuvers from Vitality, and then finding the openings for those executes that have looked generally pretty clean. I mean, like you said, if it wasn't for that Hunter's Fury, that execute with the showstopper a couple rounds ago probably would have worked.
Yeah. Last few seconds to run out here. Trace, one other thing that we can say is that ultimately I think they've been getting quite good value and good adjustments out of their timeout. So I'm curious to see what the attack strategy looks like coming out of this first one here of Sunset. Fang does get a buy. Passed over a Vandal here, but okay, assessing what he wants to do. We'll just go ahead and have the Bulldog here at the end. So still a decent amount of firepower available to them. Rolling Thunder, Hunter's Fury, one charge away for each.
Yeah, and I think a fight for the orb is in order. See if you can get that Rolling Thunder available. Another quick push-up, very similar to what we saw a few rounds ago. Trying to see if they can catch a player off guard.
Similar one-way setup. Boombot to go ahead and check. Gets the clear out, and there's predictive paint shell. Yeah, anticipates it, but Center's still able to get away. Blast pack in sight, scouted, taken. Vitality getting everybody clustered up, ready for the retake. Plant coming through. Fang for now, Paranoia goes across. They wait that out. No one able to take space off the back of that as Kicks eats a little bit of damage here, and Bianca gonna be fully flashed up there in the corner, but still they cannot peek in. They have not been able to find these angles, but now they do. But Lil King strikes back. Kicks and Safe both gonna be taken down. Just BNK lost for the time being. As Sender now, the last one standing, finds the headshot onto Fang, but needs to divide and conquer here. So they look for a bit of a high-low setup around the corner. Nearly stacked up, there's the swing out. Lil King playing bait, jumping in with a right click. The cleanup is there, and Trace reestablish a lead.
Yeah, and you can see a little bit of difference in idea off the timeout on how Trace Esports wants to identify and clear that elbow position. It's the Boombot into the paint shells, into an aggressive push out to try to get through towards the site. The only thing I was kind of worried about in this round, that's disgusting.
Safe mid-slide.
Really disgusting. The only thing I was a little bit concerned about in this round was that Bianca was the one they gave the spike plant orb over to for the Hunter's Fury, and he's like right on the site. But you know what? You have it for the next round. You have the Rolling Thunder as well, so.
I mean, this could get messy.
Yep.
4 ults on the opposite side. Hunter's Fury going to open up immediately here from BNK, just trying to find a target, but so far all of them dodging out, but Safe. Staying stagnant, does get tagged. That's going to put that Neon now down to 45. Not the kill that they were looking for, and Fang also eats quite a bit of damage.
And an earlier smoke this time from Low King, knowing that there's going to be players trying to cross. Able to get that Owl drone out. Not going to give it too much info. And so this is going to keep Vitality guessing. That's a really well-timed smoke. And good, again, understanding of some of the protocols you were seeing from Vitality earlier. The response to that smoke, knowing there'd be a drone coming. Here we go.
Blast packing forward. Wires cleared out, reveal they're on the runner as he gets stunned up, but they can't scale forward through this cage. They have to stay back, and runner able to find one. Kai going to be taken down. Swing out, gets a spot here, puts a couple damage, a little bit of damage there on the Low King, but BNK taken out. Ooh. Fang swinging, going for the challenge, but Sender is just knocking them all down one after the other. The drop down looks for a little bit more. So Low King now all on his lonesome. 2 players low on HP, but they look for a triple face, and Safe will be able to collect. 4-4, we continue to be tied up.
Man, I liked some of the little ideas I saw from Trace Esports in this round, but Vitality is so difficult to get through. in the front of the B site, and they're so fast with their rotations because of that neon. And if you get stalled up at all, and Runner again doing a really nice job, buying a little bit extra time, playing his life very nicely as that Cypher. But all you need is that little bit of extra time for Vitality, and they can get into really good spots to just take the rug out from underneath you.
5-man stack up over towards B, though. Does this just end up being an aggressive push? They do have that Rolling Thunder, a hero rifle here in the hands of Kai. So now just breaking down the door, keeping that Vandal obscured. Fault line paint shell going to be expanded. Cam going to get cleared out. Vision taken away from them. As well as the trap wires, but there's the reveal as they play forward. 2 kills now, a third already going to be found as, well, the aggressive push and not leading to too much of anything there. Hebei will go ahead and get 1 on the Runner. But otherwise, a damn near flawless is Vitality taking the lead.
Yeah, really starting to stabilize now. Our Vitality, 4 out of the last 5. Safe still sitting on an overdrive in the back pocket. Rolling Thunder still not finding an opportunity to let loose for Trace Esports. Kai does have another neural theft. And Trace may be looking over towards B this time, is starting to see some smiles there from the side of Vitality. As it feels like they're getting a really comfortable read. B side has been very, very challenging for the most part for Trace Esports to even get the plant down. And now they're just sending out a little bit util, sending out a fake like they're going to contest elbow like they have a couple times previously. And it's a quick pivot, but again, Vitality's so quick to react as well. No smoke in mid. So they're going to have a pretty decent idea that it's likely going to be B.
I mean, there wasn't too much contest after the recon clear.
Yep.
So they're able to get center into a much more forward position, knowing that no one's pushing from that angle. Plant going to be coming through. Runner still here on the side and strikes right as Fang is distracted. Kill found. Vitality putting their right foot forward. Pushed up though. Runner going to be taken down. King still lurking, lingering here within the smoke. Sends out that paranoia. Smoke going to be dissipating, but now knows that paranoia is going to be expired. Overdrive popped here from Safe, seeking a target as Rolling Thunder's going to start crashing across. Kai, however, eliminated the man advantage, taken away from them here. As King just cannot get away. The fuse now being held to half, coming through. Hebei has to try to go for the peak, but Safe will zap him down. Vitality now will stretch the lead up 6-4.
Yeah, and Vitality just doesn't have to guess too much on this round. The whole way through, they have a pretty good read. There's an attempted fake over towards A. There's no further contact. There's no contact through mid initially, so you're just kind of able to really lean heavily and quickly towards that B direction and kind of stymie this crossfire attempt from Market. Good play by Runner again. Really being nasty on that B side.
He finds that timing right before the enemy smoke blooms.
Yep.
Just catching Fang. It's just sat there trying to clear out Trex's dart.
Yeah, they're comboing really well. Hello?
Well, it's just going to be Kai spot.
It's not the end of the world. That doesn't give up too much info. That very well could have been intentional as well. And they're going to try to make a 2-man push up through mid. Got the Raze and the Omen.
It's a 4-man.
Oh, 4-man now.
So everybody joining in. Paranoia going to be sent. Jump around the side. And, Runner with the covering. Fire over at Boba. Shuts down the enemy Raze. Aggressive maneuvers do get punished, but they find themselves now in the site. The spike plant coming in.
Yeah, they're trying to punish that protocol of Trex there. He's been sending that drone out almost every time that they send out that smoke towards mid.
I picked out a mid. I mean, the rotation is coming around. Hebei's trying to go for the backstab. But is he going to be too late is the question. Paranoia not going to go deep enough. 0 point, not going to scout anything, but pressure here on BNK. Lil King to try to buy some time here.
Hebei.
Starting to work his way forward, finds the one, showing out the patience, makes his way into the smoke. Now can strike, does so. Kill coming across. Safe, strafing across the fault line, going to be sent, doesn't connect here on the 2. The shots they line up for him, but they cannot get the damage to connect. Smoke now dissipating the forward push, and Safe finding one, kicks the other. The defuse will come through and Vitality will find 7.
Yeah. Again, these reactions are so good, and it feels like now Trace Esports is kind of banging their head against the wall, trying to break through into B, and instead they're just being bullied back. I'm pretty curious. I would like to see more of play towards A, see if they can at least pull some rotations in that direction if they want to cut through. I get what they do. I get why they clear space. I like the idea to try to punish the Owl drone, but again, just a step ahead is Vitality. Now Safe starting to get in the groove.
All right, well, fast push forward, looking for the punish, but Sender stabilizing the aim faster. Finds that kill, kicks now, pincering forward, looking able to fight back for one, but Hunter's Fury takes him down. 2 members left standing now versus 4. His Vitality look for an 8 and 4 half.
Any success.
And Runner just going in, and yep, that neural theft that was available, now not gonna be able to come into play, but Runner's got one of his own. Hebe spotted out. Revealed here in mid, goes for the swing, but Runner puts him down. No chance to utilize that Spectre. Vitality up by 4 at the half.
Yeah, I mean, Vitality just showing those extra layers as this half wore on really gave them a big advantage.
Very much did. Well, the lead therefore, Vitality wanting a 3rd map. We'll see if they can get it. But first, we'll go to the break.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Ain't nobody out here really wanting with me. I'm going hard while you falling asleep. I got it all cause I deserve it all, y'all. Just being honest, they don't wanna see me honest. I'm taking over this game now and that's a promise. They out of pocket, they don't wanna believe I got it. Give me that crown now cause I'm the king, call me your highness.
And we are back and about to go into the second half here of our second map in this series. Vitality trying to extend this into a 3rd and final on Bind. Trace can rally back, win another pistol, go 4 for 4 in that regard. Maybe they can make this a 2-0.
Maybe. It's a rough road they've got ahead of them with how clean Vitality started to look there with their decision making, with their protocols, with their responses to what Trace Esports was trying to do. However, it is a very different side of the map. Sunset, could be where Trace Esports start to pick up steam again. We know they've got it in them. We've already seen it today. And on Sunset, they're a little bit better on their attacker side though historically, so could be interesting. But maybe today they've got something special in store for us. Otherwise, could be heading to that map 3.
All right, well, Vitality seeking their first pistol. Taking a look here, it looks like 3 Ghosts versus 2 on the opposite side. Some half armors in play. Safe immediately sprinting forward in this B site, widely ignored here by Trace. Everybody stacked up in and around mid. No one really playing on the sites themselves. Just a trap wire to alert, already spotted out.
Yep. Good discipline again from Safe. Gets a little bit of a spot. May just have to clear that and dash out eventually, but still the spike there, so let's see how they want to do this. If they're going to pause off the clear of the trap wire, if they're going to try to make a go of it.
Trying to see if they can get a catch there onto the enemy Cypher. They do not. All of Trace now starting to ship their way across the map. Trap wire similarly set up over towards that A site to try to intercept Runner if he does go on a deep lurk around.
Vitality has so much map control right now.
Runner will go ahead and clear that one out. Cam also set up to maybe try to catch him in transit. For now, though, Aftershock going through. Shock Dart going to connect. Send her down to 69 HP. Push for though, Flash connecting, and Fang trying to take some space. Goes up aggressively. Looking forward as Trex, the 2-for-1 special off the Shock Dart. Oh, looks to shut them down, and as Fang turns back, paint shell in hand, he just cannot toss it out. Trex will find himself a 3rd. Vitality will find their first pistol.
I mean, you have to make a flood play here as Trace Esports, and it's so good from Vitality. Just so much util they can throw at that front door as Trace Esports tries to barrel through, and it's a whole bunch of dead players. Hey-Bay there. Oh, that shock dart right at the tap of the spike. What timing from Trex. He has been outrageously good today. With the util, with the shooting, with the decision making.
Scanning ahead.
I mean, definitely my MVP so far for Vitality.
I don't think you'd find too many to disagree with you there.
Yep.
I'm out of here.
As answering recon going to be sent in, only Safe going to be spotted, but he's already made noise, so doesn't care too much about that one. The swing forward, and now they know, well, there's a lot more players behind this Neon.
Yeah, he was totally fine trying to bait that out.
Fault line does clip there on the Safe, but just no way of punishing. Shots in, and okay, well, Safe will get taken down to 58. Get some good damage over onto Hey-Bay at the same time.
And it's a pullback. It's a pause from Vitality. They don't want to go through the meat grinder. Already a decent amount of contact there. So thinking that the other side of the map may be when there's a little more open space, but actually Trace Esports has read this well. They're a step ahead. They've got Hey-Bay. They've got Low King. They've got Fang over here. Try to shut this push down. Just classics in hand, though. Some utility available. Could make a meal of this. Could take a few Vitality's players with them.
Oh, Hey-Bay, I was going to say, has a fault line. Tucks back, does manage to send that one out. Stun there onto Kicks, but they still can't close the distance. That smoke there holding them at bay. Couple blind shots through to try to find a connection. As Track snappy to readjust. Takes out the enemy breach as Fang flush up against the box. Looking able to find one. Fang will get another. But one bullet remaining as he tucks back behind the box here. Swings out. Will be good for another one, so dealing some solid damage. But ultimately, Vitality not going to be getting thrifty.
Yeah, that's actually huge for Trace Esports.
Actually?
Actually.
Oh.
Indeed.
Good to know.
Yeah. But again, it's just guessing correctly here for Trace Esports that if they put enough resistance at the front, they would be able to kind of push Vitality over to the other side of the map, and they do a good job with it. And then there's a good pause there from Vitality to set up Trex on that angle coming from the other side, but still though, Fang just, once again, nuts with that classic. Finds a ton of value. Deeper recon. They give a little bit of info, but Vitality trying to turn up the pace, turn up the tempo.
Cage trigger.
No resistance. Kai uses the one-way to dissuade them from going any further towards the B side, at least initially. And now the drone going to be cleared.
Showstopper online with that orb take.
Yep.
Drone just not quite going deep enough to get a spot out. As there's the Hunter's Fury. Open up, Safe sprinting forward here towards Market. Runner going to be taken down as PMK able to find one, but Trex finds Kai at the same time. Man advantage here for the side of Vitality. As this B site is completely theirs. 3 players still rotating over. That Showstopper can come into play, but this is still going to be a risky position here for Trace. A must-win round for them.
Can we get a Trex Hunter's Fury kill counter? He has been ridiculously good with those.
Door broken down, but a full Market approach. 0 point, holding them back. Showstopper can't come in quite just yet. Aftershock, forcing Sender back, manages to get the crouch. Eats still a little bit of damage, but TP's back across over towards safety, and immediately is going to be finding a kill as Fang gets taken down and Safe. Collects the final 2, a 3-piece from him as Vitality looking alive and well on the attack, now up to 11.
No doubt, that's 8 in a row for the side of Trace Esports. Or excuse me, Vitality. They have been absolutely frying. That's the bonus one. I mean, they're finding these great plays where they're able to get the pick, they're able to start breaking things open. They combo with that Hunter's Fury so well. And not only are they finding space off of that, they're finding kills. They're finding kills with the Hunter's Fury too. It's like everything so well drawn up and executed to perfection for Vitality. Gives them a huge advantage. I mean, Fang does have the Showstopper, but a few Bulldogs and a Guardian have to be bought down for Trace Esports. Runner has a Neural Theft and just a Cam watching mid, and Vitality now slowing things down, just watching for any aggression from the side of Trace Esports. Oh, got a spot.
There he does. Warning shot sent.
They're just really going to take their time on this one, but actually Trace Esports on the A side giving up a ton of space on that area of the map, and Vitality just seeing that one player says, nope, let's try a different angle. And this time around, it will be a much different situation than we saw on the anti-eco. They have a lot more open space. Eventually, Trace Esports is starting to get a feel for this. The camera should give them some info as it's cleared. It should come through. Is Bianchi going to say anything about it? He does!
Okay, well, just spamming across, able to find a headshot. Kick's going to be taken down. KO now out of the picture. That showstopper still available as all the players get clustered up safe. Here alongside Ali, saw that muzzle flash. As showstopper comes in, runner going to be eliminated. Push forward, save, able to find one, but can he save the round? So the answer is going to be no. Spike is just stranded way too deep. Everybody from Trace entrenched there on the site, so time will just bleed out. Shrek's going to see if he can maybe find another elimination. So they cut across, and ooh, shots flying. Snappy on the readjust, and it's Hebe taken down. Good kill to be found. Just trying to just get any advantage they possibly can, even in the round loss. Still up by 6 here, our Vitality.
Yeah, absolutely. But Trace Esports, with just enough hesitation, kind of catches.
He
got the spot off the ping. And then they're trying to push through in towards spawn. They shut it down. That sets up the showstopper on his site. And they're just kind of working into the midsection of Vitality's formation. And they're cutting them down at just about every point. So let's see if Trace Esports can build a little bit more momentum off the back of that.
Oh, misfire on the cam, but the drone will still do the job. There's trapwire cleared. Fast lane just cutting off Boba's spot there as Hebe having to drop down, but he's just out into the open. Eliminated. The neural depth immediately going to be invested, and that reveals the position here of BNK, who's now just absolutely and utterly screwed. Gets eliminated. Quick swipe there at the market door, but with just 2 players left and not much cash here across the team, they're going to have to save.
But that's a tough position to put Hebe in there, because you're leaving market completely open. You're leaving an angle that's going to be difficult for him to get out of safely unless there's a really timely smoke or stun or something to bail him out. And Safe plays that so well. Just a little bit of a peek to get the spot. Throws the relay bolt in, gets the swing in with Sender. That's so well coordinated from Vitality.
Shadows traveling.
Little things like that.
Safe is on the hunt. Double face out of the smoke. Pop flash does connect here on a Fang, looking for a little bit more. Does find it, but it's now down to 5 HP. Any stray bullet whizzing past could claim him here. He wants to try to grab the weapon, does so. And eventually it will be fished out.
Match point.
Spamming through the smoke there with 5 HP that's risky business, and he paid the price. This early crunch, the timing as well. Runner finds a pick at the same time that Safe and Sender clearing out Hebe on top of the box. Yeah, one more round, and they will find themselves taking the second map, taking their map pick, but there's going to be one last time out from Trace Esports to see if they can figure anything out. To, you know, 7 in a row, yeah, unlikely, but
sure,
you'd still want to get 3 or 4. It is all about that mental game.
Get the blood flowing again, get that momentum built up. Because in all likelihood, this is probably going to bind. So you want something to kind of take away from. But granted, at the same time, we have heard teams say, yeah, you know what, if you kind of get blown out of a map, that's easy to recover from.
True.
So we'll see which side of the fence they end up landing on here. But it is just that final time out. And if you have it, why not use it?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd use it 100%. I'd want to talk about anything here, whether it be comms, mentality.
They're going to say comics.
I'm
I want to talk about anything.
I'm not Golden Boy.
Yeah. You guys read that new Batman?
Every other day, it's something with him. Every other day.
Man, it's superhero built. But we'll get ready to go into what could very well be the last round of this map as Vitality look to take us to bind to settle the score. As stated, Trace need 7 in a row. In case Sliggy didn't point that out for the viewers.
That's some good math in there.
Fang, maybe the first challenge here in mid. Catches a glimpse, but cannot get the shot across. Pop flash out of the cyber cage. Kai scaling forward here. As Aftershock further flushes them out, but they're quick to exit. Minimal damage taken, safe down to 81.
And just toying with the map. Trying to get some util out of Trace Esports, and Vitality now able to pause, reset. They're clearing both sides. They're clearing both mains. They've got so much
Runner.
space.
Catching a glimpse. Takes BNK down to 45 HP. 4-man stack now here in B lobby. Trapwire just on the far side of that cage, but Kai able to strike, finds a headshot, and Kicks is going to be taken down. And that's going to make them maybe think twice about attacking this site, especially as that smoke gets cycled here from Low King.
Oh, they're going to try to get the crunch going, but they need some way to keep that push from top mid and coming through. Door's already shut.
Left.
Smoke coming through, door broken open, but BNK ready, finds the first headshot. Kai's going to be claiming 2 more at the same time as Safe and Runner both get taken down. Trex now last man alive. Is Heybate going to be able to go ahead, pick up a free upgrade from the Spectre, and that is a flawless round here off the back of the timeout call. Trace keep themselves in the map.
Yeah, they just hold their ground really nicely this time. They're not overcommitting to anything. Holding a tight angle there as Kai find the shots. Bianca head on a swivel and mark it. Well aware of that push potential, and just not much that Vitality could do as that round sort of wore down. They couldn't really find any openings that they wanted. They had spread the entire map there.
Yeah.
And there was just nothing given over by Trace Esports.
6 more tries, chat. Let's flash out. Safe caught by that for a brief little moment, but no one there for a punish. And 3 members here from Trace to try to slow things down and find some early picks. Orb gets grabbed up, Kicks just one away from having that null command online to 0 point. Not it's getting too much other than Fang. The fault line comes across to try to slow them up. Overdrive going to be popped, Safe sprinting forward. Paranoia coming across, blinds him up here. Deafening him for the moment, slide forward, and Fang able to find that punish. Safe going to be taken down, but now the return fire from Vitality looks good. Fang and Low King both going to be eliminated. Site opened up, but Spike still not there, still lingering in elbow.
Runner.
This is a bit of a standoff here in mid, and it's one that BNK is going to be able to win. Runner taken down, the swing out, Kicks down so very low here on HP.
Powerless.
5 remaining for him, pops the null command. Plant coming through. No way to try and dissuade this one as Kai trying to go on a lurk, ends up falling. Trex wise to it, and now it is all on BNK to try to turn the tides of this. But it's such a tough angle to clear. Shock Dart, however, makes it a little bit easier for him. Takes down 1, spots out here on the Trex, swoops in, finds a headshot, the transfer! BNK with a 4! Keeps Trace alive! What a monstrous clutch!
Clutch.
That is absolutely unreal. He is all over the place trying to figure out what's going on, but he's just fast with his reactions. He's getting shock darted, he's got angles he has to clear, and he's good for all of it.
I mean, you saw from the outset, he was expecting the Omen up on top of the box.
Yep, he was way above.
Swings out, but gets the readjustment, and then just holds down M1. The spray and pray rewarded a Red Bull clutch. There's now 5 more rounds for Trace.
Dude, I was so ready to just be like, Trex played that round so well. The way that he held down A-Link, created that extra angle for Vitality, you know, was playing his positioning so well, and then just can't quite clutch it out in the end. 8 HP left. But what a round, though. What a round for Trace.
I mean, this series, it has delivered.
Yeah, there have been some great ones.
Runner, seeing the drone going over towards Styles, goes for a quick little peek, but position now going to be noted. Everyone from Vitality gathering up here over towards A. Deep line for Low King. Drone gonna spot him out. Safe pushing forward, slides up, and oh, now BNK this time cannot repeat the heroics. He ends up getting taken down as Kicks takes his head off. Weapon not recoverable.
That's a little bit of a
quick check over into the spawn, but a quick cancel.
A little bit of a head scratcher there for me. There was no backup quite yet for Bianca, and he still opted to challenge that angle. Going over to the op.
Oh, up shot, gonna be going wide. Blast packs, manages to pull back over towards safety, but goes for the repeat, and Sender is quick to punish. Looking now here in the corner, Paranoia gonna be sent through. He's so damn low, Kai covering fire, helping to keep him alive. Thinks that he confirms the kill, but he does not. He barely even hits him. And now, It is Hebe all on his lonesome, his Vitality. They say, hey, nice Red Bull clutch. We're going to go ahead and get a MasterCard Thrifty. As the Hunter's Fury connects, he gets taken down. MasterCard Thrifty indeed, 13 to...
It needs a lot of coordination. Some TP crunches as well, which you can cook up. Listen, you have options with this composition. It's yet to be seen, really. I mean, it all depends on, I think, as well, whether or not Vitality are going to be comfortable playing against a comp that maybe they're not used to playing against, because this one can be, I think, quite difficult to chew into. Think about the hard execs into some of that double sentinel utility. That's a bit of a nightmare in most scenarios.
And I actually think that this comp is stronger on that attacking side with how good the post plants are when you have this deadlock in the mix. I think the thing that is difficult is you can't go for the hard, faster execs in the way we saw them do a lot on Ascent with those like super drilled B splits. With only a solo Skye, you have to really be like contacting up and taking space early before you're going for the pop flash plays onto the site. We saw that earlier in the tournament with Billy playing a solo Skye composition. But Team Vitality playing 100 Thieves comp on their defense are really going to test their opponent. There's a lot of utility to re-clear space, to push down long, down showers, and punish those kind of plays.
Omen one-ways as well, I think, are going to be honestly really sick to see, actually. The Vitality is one of the teams that are really innovating with that on this map.
Yeah, of course. We'll see what we end up getting out of this one. It's Mat 3. Which squad is walking away with the dub? Let's find out and send it back over to you casters one final time. You got Paper Thin and Achilles for the call.
All right, thank you very much. Game 3. Let's see which one of these teams is going to be keeping themselves on the upper side of their group bracket. Trace started things off magically on that Ascent, but not really finding their footing at all on Sunset. Now we go to Bind, and we have some very interesting styles being put on display.
Yeah, this is two slightly off meta comps.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
and the Omen's not something we see very often either.
Exactly. The Omen's a little bit out of kilter for what most teams like to do. And then, of course, that double Sentinel, Deadlock, and Cypher for Trace Esports, trying to run that back, trying to see if they can find some more success with it. This map has been a struggle for Trace Esports, to put it nicely. They're 0-3 on it in Stage 2, and their win percentages are low on both sides of the map. So let's see if they can find some more success. They've got a ton of util in Hookah, but that's been completely avoided by Vitality.
I mean, you see there Feng thinking about sending that paint shell through, a couple pot shots across, but needs more damage in response. Knocked down to 54. Has to back away from the angle here for now. Nice quick jiggle peek out. It's going to be that lingering runner here. Hovering around that B side, trying to just instill some doubt as to where Vitality ultimately wants to go. Trap wire able to be cleared out. It's taken down. As Boombot will move over through lamps. No one going to get spotted by this, however. As Vitality now turns their sights over here for the plant. Dizzy up over the top, not going to be noting anything. Center just going to be backing away. Teleport going to be taken. Now they're pivoting, and here's the jump. BNK able to find one. Swings back in, looking for safe. He's backpedaling closer and closer towards that trap wire, but Trex at the same time, able to find Fang, and now the clear up comes through. Players advance forward. That util not meaning too much of anything. His TP is going to be taken. Kai needs to be ready for this. Toggle on the camp, but he actually doesn't check the left side.
Enemy remaining.
Oh no.
Yeah, not great. There is, okay, well, peek in as they try to clear out the wall. It will just go ahead and expire now. Lil King given an opportunity. All three players dangerously low, but has to divide and conquer. Drex pulls back behind the box, tap on the defuse. Swing out some shots towards elbow. The time working against him. Even some further eliminations would be good, but they know that he's not on this. Let's just try to take them down here on the exits, it would seem. There's the swing out. They line up just about for him. Is able to go ahead and collect them both, but will die to the spike. Trex will be the last one standing, and Vitality will win the pistol.
Yeah, it's really interesting counter moves by both teams. Kind of away from that short A skirmish and scuffle and the creation of space by Trace Esports. It's this lurk from Runner. Gets around that wall somehow through Market, the deadlock wall, and finds a huge pick. Even though Bianca was waiting for that TP, Vitality still found some big kills all across the map on the way towards getting that plant down, and just Really good discipline there in that post plant. Really, really, really good from the side of Vitality. Knowing that they're weak, knowing that they can't give any opportunities over to Luo King, who's been ridiculous in some of these rounds with those multi-kills. And they just play it out patiently. So I liked some of the things from both squads, but Vitality just, again, a step ahead.
Cam does get spotted out, cleared. Triple stack at Showers. Fully expecting at least the one player to start working their way across towards this position. Prowler going to go through. A couple players ringing out some shots as Paint Shells gets ready to greet them from behind. Trex able to back away as there's the rush forward, but it's 2, 3 quick and easy kills here as Trex continues to excel. 5-0 thus far. The other 2 players still a world away.
He's just near flawless today. Unmovable, unflappable. Hey, Bait is trying to wait around the corner. Let's see if he can find any kills.
Spot out. Okay, able to win that fight here at range. Headshot comes in. Safe going to be taken down. So some damage found as he goes jumping across the side. Grabbing the weapon. I believe. No, now God has it. Then it's just going to be eliminated. So ultimately, 3 players left standing. Vitality not allowing for those Thrifties to come in. They start things off 2-0 as we go into their bonus.
Yeah. What can you do right now? Trex is already 5-0. Already fast-tracking a Nightfall. Looking so good. Just playing that so patiently off the Prowler. Just very wary. Doesn't over-peak, doesn't overextend himself. Uses his own utility to make sure that they can't rush around the corner. Very, very nicely done. Now you look to see if Vitality can find another bonus like they did on Sunset. Maybe with that wall right outside of the teleporter. I think maybe trying to set up some kind of trap play where if they push Showers, he can throw it out and block him there.
If you hear a tap on the orb, then lock him in.
Yep.
Have the peek out, but no one on that side. So for now, we'll just remain tucked here alongside the portal. Trailblazer going to be cleared out. Sensor as well, going to be taken down.
Man, the patience from Vitality, so good. Trying to set up a flash off that Sonic sensor. Little pop flash and then a peek, but Vitality wise to it.
Another one set up just on the drop outside of Hookah. Smoke's coming down, and it looks like ultimately B-site about to be hit, but King rotating off, working his way towards that A site. Wall for now is keeping them locked in place here at Long.
Yeah, and this is why they can shift an extra player over towards the A site. But now that it's cleared, everybody's making their way over to B.
Gonna have to, oh my God.
He's unreal.
Yeah, Trex just finding Haybay, takes him down. BMK, just no hope in hell. Everything landing at his feet. The bullet landing into his temple. Vitality looking for the bonus conversion, and you can see already Trace have to make the call to just allow for it to happen.
And Trace relies so much on that deadlock wall this round because they have Showers control the whole time. They're sitting there and they're like, okay. And then there's a little bit of contact, but no re-aggression towards the B side. So they shift Liu Kang over towards the other side, and they're just waiting with that 3-2 stack. And then it's a quick clear and 2 quick kills from the side of Vitality. I mean, Trex is so on point, catching a player right towards elbow, and then gets the assist on the second kill as well with the C's. Ooh, Liu Kang, good for the kill on Descender. Can he find any more?
Oh.
Ooh,
has to push up into the corner. Will be able to hold on to that weapon, rather. I mean, decent to find one. Gets him closer to having that orbital strike online. Still going to be 3 charges away, but looks like we're going to have an early timeout call after that bonus conversion comes through. And yep, leg just exposed.
30 seconds left.
And it's little mistakes like that that can't be made at this level. I caught a glimpse of the post-match interview with Frost, and that was something he was talking about a lot as to why Talon struggled against Lev a little bit. There's some little mistakes. You can't afford those at this level. You can't afford those at this tournament. There's 16 incredible teams at this event. And still, though, Vitality in general, even without that little leg peek, was making a great idea there. They're like, we're just going to clear the wall, and on a dime, we're going. And it catches Trace Esports very off guard. And that's really brutal, especially with the comp that Trace has brought, right? Like, you've got double sentinels. You need to be able to stall. You need to be able to delay so that you can get those rotations, so you can get there and really gum up the works and keep the other team from making those easy executes.
I mean, Mimi pointed out, like, kind of likes this composition a bit more on the attack, but
yeah,
you definitely want to have some defending sided rounds going your way, as we are here on Bind.
This is a deceptively attacker-sided composition. You would think with 2 Sentinels it's not, but you can actually do a lot of cool stuff with the walls on the attacker side with Deadlock. So get there when we get there, but I'm with you. And with Mimi, it is kind of a interesting dynamic that this particular composition brings.
Nothing off the Dizzy. 3-man stack towards B.
Yeah, slow and steady.
It's again just a big reliance here on this util over at short. No one there to challenge, just 2 players set up over here towards Showers.
See the high-low setup with the trips. Camera is going to get the spot onto Runner. But the high there set up for the raise, the low for the entry players behind. Let's see if Vitality can sniff this out. Indeed they can. At least get the first one.
Clear out the first, the other one set up low. It's going to be popped. The safe jumps up over the top, and Feng will be able to shut that down. Paint shells just in case that pressure continues to come in from Showers, which now with the Prowler, they know that Trex is going to be there. The push up though, and Trex going to be good for the kill. Traded back though by Kai. Gives Trace the man advantage. Full push up once again here through lamps. Do they try to cut over towards B? This is being watched at the moment here.
Left.
Great awareness from Hebei.
Yeah, but also from Sender. Anticipating it, ready, holding that angle.
Toxins going up.
Launch sent towards Shower, forces him back for now. But Low King still lurking, finding one, cannot interrupt the plan. This Kicks spotting one, goes for the challenge, and Hebei going to be taken down and out. Kicks all on his lonesome. And Low King will take this round into his own hands, cleans it up with a 3-piece, and Trace will be able to get their first round win off the back of the timeout.
And just a really important reaction from Feng there that he's ready for the other raise to be blast packing through. Trex is trying to do his best to create a little bit of distraction for his duelist player. He only gets one in the end, but whoa, that's snappy. And then you got the follow-up from Kai. Great trade, knowing that that fade is going to be there. And they're able to start cutting players down. Just, that's a great round for Trace. So really good map awareness across the board. Really good discipline. Nobody really overextending themselves. And Low King, 7-1 right now, has an orbital strike.
He has been the team so far.
Yeah.
Orbital now online, but again, more attention paid towards this A side of the map. As Vitality start taking some space pretty aggressively here. Trailblazer scouting out, but somehow actually not seeing Kicks there. Turns back and yeah, we'll be able to get the stun onto him.
Oh,
they're on the trap wire, but Kai just dead. Trex is, I mean, did he see anything at all?
No idea.
To wait for the replay to try to spot it out, but for now, Wingman going to be taken down. The C's going to be sent in. BMK going to be clipped by that. Dizzy cleared out. Continuing to try to challenge here where possible, but as he swings further out, Kicks is going to be able to take him down. As the Nightfall gets unleashed. Low King having to win this fight, but cannot safe. Will strike him down. Now Paint Shells goes out to further delay the defuse. 2 players left alive, swinging out wide. The peak there. Punish not found. Mosh now invested. Feng dead. The cleanup will be there. Sender, the only casualty is Vitality, not allowing for Trace to pick up 2 consecutive rounds.
Yeah, now they're starting to win some of those big battles out on the flanks, and so well prepared for that TP with that Showers control. Great stuff, top to bottom, for the side of Vitality. And Trace Esports tries something a little bit spicy, and they pay the price. And it's going to be another eco for them. I wish we had wanted to see that Trex kill, but
the observers have deemed it too filthy. The stream is not rated.
Not rated, yeah.
We cannot show it.
It's not safe for TV. He's been too damn good today. Well, you're getting close to some ults after this round for Trace Esports, one way or another. Who knows, maybe if you start getting some picks. The kills, they're up close and personal, and Trex is always diligent with his util, making sure that he understands some of these angles and where the players are. They get an early read. Let's see how they want to deal with it.
They heard the two sheriffs there in hookah. Looks like they're going to back away from that a little bit. Trekk's considering another Prowler.
I thought maybe they might try like a combo here off a Prowler and maybe, oh, but a flash.
Oh, flash going to be sent. But wary about the covering fire, so can't go for that peek to try to find the punish, so they cannot get that kill, cannot get that weapon. Trex will just go ahead and back away. Double trap wire set up. There's the first one. There's the second. Swing forward, safe, snappy. Locks onto Fang's head. Takes him down. Bosch trying to clear backside, but safe up over the top. Catching a glimpse. Kai eliminated. Now 3 players left. Still all sheriffs here in hand. Just desperately trying to find some eliminations. Net comes through. Safe, however, able to drag across. Hebe eventually will find the kill. Sender just quick TP. Removes the net and now looks to try to hold them back. Lock them here into lamps. The spot out on the 2. Will King able to find one more kill, but it's still Vitality moving forward, moving upward. Now 5-1, cash aplenty.
Yeah, and I really like the way that Vitality and Trex in particular plays the beginning of this round, using that utility to keep an eye onto the hookah position, and then Safe just clearing out those trips, getting a step ahead of those paint shells, gets that easy first kill. And they're just starting to break open space. Obviously, a weaker buy for Trace Esports in that previous round. Now they've got a couple alts. You have the Annihilation for Hebe. You have the Seekers for Bianche. But Safe has a showstopper, and he's trying to work his way in towards hookah to find some value. Will King has to be so careful.
Paint shell in the back, but Will King sat here within the tube. The drop down, he does find the punish, avoids that Annihilation, but no. Okay, never mind. Target is going to be grabbed up, but Will King dead to the mosh of all things. Cleanup is going to be there. Ascender does get taken down. I get scrambled a little bit. Headshot into the body spray, and runner will fall. And this time, Trace able to slam the door shut here in front of Vitality's faces.
Yeah, just barely able to get inside that tube in time and win that battle on the site. And the Annihilation able to come through from Hebe. Drags Sender over towards defender spawn. Wall drops.
Double pump here off the neural depth, though. Vitality just cutting noise, rotating back around. Still 2 players there in hookah, but an opportunity for them to catch Trace by surprise.
They haven't read this.
This round is not over yet. Deep. Little excursion
30
here.
seconds left.
Kicks just creeping forward. Knows that there's going to be a sonic sensor there. Opts to not break it, but how do they try to pilot this? Util widely dumped here from both players. The C's gone. Everything from Kicks' kit taken away. Plant now coming through.
Spike.
Let's see how Trace look for the retake.
Still have that grab net. Could use that to clear the player out at elbow. It's getting aggressive.
There's the push up. Kicks has to back away.
One enemy remaining.
Hebe ready for the catch. Grab net going to be sent. Trex now 8-1-2 approaching here from Lab. Swings out, looks for the first, but cannot make it happen. Kai will be able to claim it, and that's going to be Trace finding a second round win.
Okay. Starting to find some success, starting to find some round wins. Our Trace Esports. And that was a big one. There was some money left after that round, but it was starting to slide just a little bit. But you had some big ults there. You're able to put them to good use. A very important round win for the side of Trace Esports. Or Sender. Nobody likes getting cocooned. It's not fun.
Yep.
But it do be like that.
Save me. And then they do. And then, well,
you're just dead.
You're just dead. You're just right there in front of them.
Well, now Vitality has that Thrash from Kicks. You're close to the Viper's Pit for Runner.
Oh yeah!
So you've got a couple ults that could be available.
Well, Thrash to start. Scouting through showers and some shots, but oh, Fangus swings back out. Does manage to take down Safe, so 1 for 1. As raises fall here on both sides. Paranoia not connecting, but Will King spotted by that by that Prowler, I should say, but still is going to be good for 1. Back and forth battle here as Kai peeking out, finds Trex. And now they just don't know which way they have to put their attention towards. The Sender ends up falling. Kicks now the one to try to clutch it out in a 1v3. Does have to thrash back up, but Wall comes through. Trailblazer will spot him. He will just go ahead and reroute.
Tough situation out for kicks. Oh, they're just going to double stack him. Gonna thrash it.
Yeah, they thrash it, but they're both just sat here at lamps, just trying to go for the headshot. Trying to swing out. Will be good for one more. So some further damage going to be dealt. Trace now within touching distance, just 2 rounds separating.
That's a great reaction here from Trace Esports. They identify that Sender got to the front of the truck, and they start swinging in to bail out. A great early kill for Fang. Smoke's just popping everywhere, and somehow Sender finds Fang in the middle of all of that. But there's a sonic sensor placed a little bit deep here that catches, I want to say it was Runner, and that allows an extra kill to come through off that stun. So deeper utility there for the side of Trace Esports. Finds a ton of value in that round. Flash to confirm. Smoke already down though.
Anybody looking for the same trap setup here? Ready to send the wall.
Vitality just seemingly never falling for that on the rounds that Hebei wants to go for it. At least that we've seen. Showstopper though for Fang. He's over towards U-Haul. Clear the haunt.
Paint shell lobbed in. NK able to back away. Net gonna be set. There's the flash. And that's gonna be both of them taken down. Fantastic fire from Hebei and BNK. A 5-3. TP picks up that spike. Brings it back over, but how do you try to pilot things from here? Trex ready for a quick little peek out. Goes for the reface though. And Hebei able to take him down. Okay, the one casualty. The trapwire gets cleared out and Kai is watching. Spike now stranded and Runner cannot find any more kills. Trace continue to run things back.
Yeah, I like this change-up in how Hebei and BNK are playing that long B position. Earlier we saw it where they tried to play off a sonic sensor to get that pop flash to go. This time they let the game come to them a little bit. The fragment comes, they respond with the grab net into the flash, and they both swing and both get a kill. Really nice little minor change up there that nets a really, really big round win. And I was kind of thinking that maybe now would be a good time for a timeout, but Vitality's going to let it roll.
Letting it go for a bit longer here.
There. Okay.
Quick little tap. Showstopper going to be sent up close and personal though, thinking maybe they had the catch. That was a trap play that they were trying to pull off, but Sender able to elude it. So Showstopper now no longer a concern if they can get themselves into a sight. Still do have that orbital available, and Hebei picks up another annihilation.
Just another pause here from Vitality, but able to bait out that ultimate is huge. However, Hebei has another annihilation. Low King has the orbital strike, so this is still a very difficult post plant.
Slow creep forward once again. Trap wire's just going to be sounding the alarm. Cam going to be cleared out as paint shells come in, and caught with paint shells in hand here is safe. Cannot get away from it. Net going through, plant coming down.
Shot my wingman.
There's a push up here into backside. Low King going to be taken down, so orbital strike cannot come into play. Pit now at the ready, sent. His Runner cleans up Kai. 3v4 with a Pit in play. Vitality in a strong position to stop this run back from Trace even further. As Annihilation gets sent out. Not going to find the connection though. Cocoon does not come through, and Trex is just hightailing it away. MK pushing forward. Spike here just alongside him. Opposite side of the wall, the push out, some damage dealt, but cannot find that kill. Hebei going to be good for one. His Runner will get taken down. Wall, the pit, now gone. And everything to do here from the side of Fang, and he's not going to be able to find much more. Vitality stopping them here in their tracks. They get 6 on the half.
I mean, other than Safe getting caught with some util in hand, that's a really good round for Vitality.
Get the Showstopper and the Annihilation out of him.
Exactly. That's a massive win. They have to use the Pit, but that's okay. You get that round win. And man, felt like maybe Trace Esports was starting to heat up, starting to string a lot of rounds together, but it's only 3 before it's cut short by Vitality. Still have that orbital strike, now have a neural theft as well. But just great awareness from Vitality, expecting that trap play with the wall. Able to bait out a bunch of ults. Get themselves a really nice round win.
Now this time not going to be seeing that set play coming through. Trailblazer to scouting. We'll just send this one to cut off any further aggression in towards Showers. Jiggle peeking out though. Getting a spot. Net coming through. Runner in a bad situation and will get taken down. Safe trying to provide some covering fire here from the flank, but they'll just go ahead, get their kill and dip.
Some of these trap plays that Trace Esports have set up with this deadlock are really, really interesting. They're making great use of that grab net. I've seen a couple instances with Hebei and Bianche really shutting things down. And now you've got 4 players shifting over towards the B site for Vitality. Hebei making a little bit of noise. See what Vitality wants to do.
Oh, hello. Don't they want to run? Double blast pack 4. They know that it can't have gotten too far. And oh, once again, caught with that util in hand. Hebei will get traded back out as Kicks finds that kill. BMK able to answer back the orbital strike to try to hold them here in position. Sender on the challenge, finds a headshot, but eats an immense amount of damage. And Lil King able to collect, looks for the follow-up and has it. Truck's gonna be taken down as Trace seeking a 6-6 half.
I mean, again, there's such a nuisance on this B site. Doing such a good job of keeping Vitality off balance, and really, Vitality hasn't been able to find great responses since the beginning.
30 seconds left.
So what's going on over here? And Safe again, just seemingly not mentally anticipating that they could just tuck into that corner. Nice. Expected him to go for elbow. And Hebei just says, no, I'm just gonna hide in this corner and get a kill instead.
Oh yeah!
Thrash early for Kicks. Once again, same kind of idea we saw before.
Oh, and Safe is just absolutely screwed. Ends up getting caught. It's right in on top of a molly. I'll have to see that one back. It's Lil King looking for an ace. Can't not make it happen, but still does an immense amount of damage. Drop down. Trex dead. Kicks eliminated, and it is in fact 6-6. Trace, what a rally back.
Man,
Switching sides.
they just really got their feet underneath them. Just were finding great opportunities to shut Safe down, shut him out. And a player that they talked about, that Hebei talked about before this, as being someone they needed to focus on.
Yeah, well, 6-6 at the half. Anybody's game. We'll see what happens when we come back from the break. Of the evening, Trace rallying back, giving us parity here in that opening half. Now they pivot over to the attack, and as the desk was talking about, as we briefly highlighted, this is where this comp can really shine.
Yeah, no doubt about it. There's some really cool ideas you can do with that wall. You can get players trapped behind like the truck or the tube, things like that. With the deadlock, that can make it really annoying. I mean, obviously you have tons of extra layers to watch your flanks on the post plants with the Cypher. You
really utilize that, find that power. Or Vitality will be able to push back, as they are going to be here on the defending side of Bind. Could all very well come down to this pistol right here, though. We'll see who takes that next step towards victory.
And for Vitality, I'd like to see them just do what they did on Sunset and just kind of deny the ability to plant as best as they can.
Fast hit, getting ready to come through. His Kick's going to be forced out. The flash, he's able to turn away from that one. Has the dizzy out, sends it. Safe going to be able to collect one. Kicks, gets Kai. That pinch from behind, going to be taken down. Still, though, Trace occupying the site here for the moment. Boombot, Wingman, everything in the kitchen sink going to be sent through. Trying to scout out some of these positions. The man advantage ultimately is there for Vitality. But they take Trex out of the picture for now.
I love this proactivity.
Old swing coming through, right click going to be good. Hebei able to get that answering kill on the back end, but now has everything to do. Ball goes down, creeping forward, gets the spot out, but eats a bit of damage. The Prowler going to be sent, clears it, needs to try to find a bolt, but runs out of bullets. Vitality will find the pistol, and that is going to be them moving up, regaining the lead.
I genuinely mean this when I say it. I like a lot of the things that both teams did in that round. I like the patience from Vitality, the pause there after the execute comes through, knowing they have that man advantage. But then the wall comes through towards spawn for the side of Trace Esports, and they immediately understand that they need to clear the other angles before that wall either gets taken down or drops.
Nice.
And they do that, and that's the right thing to do in that situation. They have no other choice there, even though they can't quite hold on through the end. Hebei gets caught in a bad position in the 2, but it's still good ideas. But you're starting to see, in my opinion, why you want to be really careful as Vitality about giving them too much comfort, because that wall is so annoying and gives so much info and delays so much that Trace Esports can start stacking some of those angles like that.
Runner catching a glimpse, sets up for the snake bite. Fang dropping straight in on top of that. Everybody losing a bit of HP from that. A lot of it decay. Plant now going to be coming through, so at least plant money secured here for Trace as Haunt gets a reveal onto 1. Wall set up to try to cut off the defending side access here at Lab. Jump out, taking the fight over Torum. That's going to be Hebei collecting 2. Weapons now can be scooped up, but Hebei needing to wait out. I mean, the decay comes back in. He's still only at 20 HP. Clear on the Prowler, the push up, looking for the headshot. Bang, able to find 1. Oh my God, are they doing it? Still 2 players, but HP bars wrecked here. As Trex trying to isolate, trying to divide and conquer, finds the first one, but Fang sweeping out with that classic, finds a kill. Paint Shell at his feet, Sender redrawing the weapon out, but time ticking away. Up on top of the tube, the swing through, the drop down. Fang playing elusive, playing the time, playing it to perfection. Gets the kill, classics all day long. As we are tied up 7-7 once again.
The thought process for Trace Esports is so good. The way that they're just shutting down these flanks, just absolutely beautiful. They overstack these angles, knowing that they have weaker guns. And then Fang playing this outrageously well. The man is just crazy good.
Just not giving them any hope in hell. What insanity. He just wrought.
Fired up, dude. Oh, man, I'm fired up after that round. That was so good.
Yep, I'm awake. Paint Shell to go ahead and check.
Listening.
Quick little sonic sensor going to be set up. As Runner trying to poke and prod here, interrupt. Presence now going to be noted.
Look at how annoying it is for him. Look at all this util just spread out. This wall has to be cleared. Buys a lot of extra time. Trex found a kill, instantly traded.
Yeah, it does get traded back. And keeping that weapon out of the fight. Push forward, ready to come in, and first shot's going to be a little bit whiffy. Blast pack to try to offset if they continue the push. Wrap back around as the tap on the spike's going to be there, but Kai's going to be taken down to save, able to find a kill there with that Sheriff, but he himself very low on HP. Lil King able to find 3 so far in the round. Everybody stacked up watching. Safe gets taken out. His UI needs update, but that is going to be Trace getting the round victory.
8-7, I believe. But this is great stuff here, and you're seeing in this round a microcosm of why it's so annoying to deal with this comp on the defender side. I'm talking about Vitality having to deal with Trace's comp because of the crazy amount of layers that can get set up. Once you get into that plant, if you give them any time for post-plant, all of a sudden there's a wall here, there's 2 sonic sensors there, there's trap wires all over the place, and you have to clear so much just to get to the spike in the first place to even tap it.
All right, well, drop that down. Make sure that we get everything situated. I don't think Fang wanted to quite expose himself like that. Let's get snatched up. DK will go away here from him. Boombot clears out lamps. Save. Having the drop down off the top of the box. Blast pack across the way, and now Hebei opening things up. His strike's going to be taken down. Hebei with 3. As Safe and Runner both fall. On picks now. And Sender, the last 2 standing, but Hebei on for an ace.
Give it to him.
4th elimination for him, but Sender, yeah, he has no wants, no need to do that. He's just going to hightail it over towards the attacker spawn. This round is over, and that is going to be that lead even further picked up here. What a decisive push onto the side here from Trace.
The confidence is flowing for them right now. Hebei has an ult available for the next round. I mean, they are just smashing through the defenses of Vitality, and the real question is how early are you going to have to take another time out here? because it's already starting to go very, very sideways in so many ways. And Vitality's going to need to find a way to keep these attacks from finding all this success. The orbital strike there to flush players into Heibei's angle, and then he's just spraying them down as they're trying to come out the back of truck.
I think they're trying to run away from it.
Yeah,
orbital strikes sent him scattering, and he's able to collect them all. What a huge round here from Heibei, as that will be the timeout call.
You have to. You have to stop the bleeding here. You have to figure out a way to deal with this comp. Because right now, Vitality does not have consistent answers. And it's tough. You know, you don't have that traditional info sentinel of your own. You don't have a Cypher. You don't have anything that would maybe allow you to kind of slow down these hits, prevent them from comfortably getting to those post plants.
For Molly.
Yeah.
Free smokes.
Yeah.
A couple different things missing.
Yeah, there's a lot missing. You're right.
You know, this comp can work, but right now they need to figure out how to counteract with the tools that they have what Trace is doing. Because you mentioned it, the desk mentioned it. This map has not been good for Trace in stage 1, in stage 2.
They're 0-3 on it this stage, this previous stage. 0-5. And
I think, yeah, it's a 5-loss streak overall on the year leading up into this very moment.
And it's not been a great map for Vitality. They're 1-1 on it. They beat Heretics. They beat Fnatic, or they lost to Fnatic. So, you know, there's not a ton of data there to really, I think, objectively say how good or bad this bind is for Vitality. But, I mean, frankly...
That's out.
Yeah.
Warm snatched up there from Safe. Push forward. That's Kicks taking an immense amount of damage, now taken down. Fang able to find it. Annihilation does get popped. Push out here from Runner, trying to be the hero, but he's only able to find one before Heibei shuts it down. Safe similarly. Trapped, but oh my god! Just gets a wall bang headshot, but now he's the last one standing. He can push out, get himself into hookah.
He's kind of showstopper.
Find a weapon. Does have that at the ready. Showstopper is online, as you say. Gonna wrap around, work his way over towards Long. Angle's being watched, though. Beyond K for the moment, staring in that position. Just jump peeking here for him. Time ticking. And what does the call end up being here for Safe? Do you try to play this one out? In case stopping the jump peaks, right, as Safe gets close enough to be able to find a potential headshot. And now they will just go ahead and go their separate ways as Teleporter will get taken. They know that they are safe. They know that this round win is further confirmed. And now Trace find themselves up to double digits.
I mean, it's so difficult. Every position that Vitality is trying to hold is getting caught out. Just great stuff from Vang. Beyond K right there. Assist going over to Heibei. I mean, that's a nasty shot from Safe, but
that's me.
Yeah.
Over the last few rounds.
You've been
well,
you've been losing your mind a bit over here. I have too. But
still some kinks to work out here. As now back in for yet another attack round.
Scout destroyed.
Weaponry in hand here for the side of Vitality. Hard to fully assess exactly what the firepower looks like. Certainly should be stronger than the previous round as Kai moving forward. Kicks dead off the rip. There's a quick peek and a kill. They're in hookah. Now the Neural Theft's going to be telling all. As they start to rotate back across here towards B. Just Sender here on this site to try to slow things up.
The pick is so huge. It makes it so unbelievably easy to make this decision. You know there's only one player on B. Now you can throw all this util to stop up the spawn door.
I mean, yeah, just look at that.
Yeah, no, look at it.
Net's still available as well.
It's horrific to try to get
on the timing.
This.
I mean, you hear that showstopper coming out. It might just be the instant throw of the net. Sends it down now, nice and early. Both players caught, end up clearing it. Sync bite sent towards back tube, nothing found there. Paranoia across, Heibei getting caught by that. Showstopper at the ready, sends it. Heibei gonna be taken down, push up into the cyber cage on center, not even registering that Kai was alongside him. Kill's gonna be found, Kai finding another one, 3 in the round. And the call to exit's gonna have to be made here as Kai, well, he'll get taken down by his own teammates, Molly, but I don't think that they give a damn. Trace continue, now up 11-7.
It's just crazy with this comp how quickly it could snowball out of control. And that round right there is case in point. Neural theft into an easy, decisive decision that gives you a plant, and again, that post-plant setup that is so vital and so powerful with this comp that Trace is running. And man, oh man, what a performance we have seen from them today. Regardless of how this shakes out, I mean, they are defying expectations.
And they've held on to them for a very, very long time, but now Vitality having to use that second timeout in close succession to the first one. Trace, still one more in the back pocket to hold in case that gap starts getting close, but Vitality need this one to work.
5 in a row is what Trace has been able to put together.
And that's
off an eco.
Yeah,
and then,
they lost the pistol,
yep,
get the eco, and now they start the streak.
Just running. And there's a showstopper, one away from the Seekers for Bianca. I mean, again, the way that they're now able to snowball those ults as well is going to clear that space that they need to get to those post plants. Like, there's so much going well for them right now. Showstopper this round, potentially Seekers as well, or into the next round. And then you're up 12, potentially, who knows? Vitality does have some answers in their back pocket. They do have the Nightfall, they do have that Viper's Pit, and they have a bit of an economy to get through with only a Guardian having to be bought down. Otherwise, it's rifles, but this round's so important for Vitality.
Trailblazer, the scout sights now set here on A. Showstopper looking for the netted player and finds him. Runner absolutely obliterated. Kai now striking, unregistered as Trex will fall. Paint shells lobbed out as Safe has to back away. Tries to evacuate into the smoke, keeps himself alive, and now Ascender arriving. Does manage to find Kai. But still, so much work to be done. Sender dead, Safe at 23. It's just he and Kicks. They have no money and no way to escape. They have to try to fight back. Wingman gonna be going forward. Immediately cleared out. Amash at the ready. The flash in hand. Hebe turning from it. Swings out the kills. Confirmed. A team ace. And Trace up to 12.
And it's off the rip here for Trace. The showstopper kill onto Runner, who's got the Viper's Pit. A huge ult immediately taken away. Right off the rip. And Vitality just scrambling to find answers. The grab net, so well placed. And then Kai has been great on the Cypher, great on the Jet on Ascent, really shutting down some of these extra angles, some of these lurks as well have been really successful for him, for Trace. And that has gotten them to match point.
Pit immediately invested as they look to flush him out. He's netted, he's naded, he's absolutely dead! Runner gone, the first step taken. They back away, the Nightfall gonna be dodged out, but Fang sticking around, finds a headshot, putting Trex down on his ass. 3 players left standing. And now the pivot, the call. Guys, I'm deep on B. Bring the spike this way.
All the space in the world for Trace Esports to get set up.
King sticking around, doesn't win the fight, eats a bit of damage. But now the shift, the rotation has to come through.
There's that wall.
No ults to speak of here from either side. The Dizzy not going to be spotting out much here. Ascender just TPs across. Wall now cleared out. Paranoia at the ready. Hebe again here within tube, getting caught by it as Kai jumps up over the top. He's in on top of the Mosh. He ends up getting taken down. A window potentially back in, but Bianca says absolutely not. Where were you when Trace Esports took down Team Vitality? I was right here, relishing in it. 13-7 on Bind. They close out the series in what may prove to